too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last time trying to see it through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through. We're real familiar, I've seen this play before. Leaving my heart and my wallet at the door. Is it real or just a cycle on repeat? Walking on eggshells on these city streets. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. Don't wanna fess up. Why we always gotta mess up? Searching for the truth in a little black book, but I'm scared to give it one more look. Too similar. Time it is. Yeah, you know what time it is. Little black book, movie soundtrack. Little black book, yeah. You know what time it is. Time it is. This feels way too similar. Contempt is trying to kill you. The dating game is messed up. No accountability, nobody wanna fess up. I'm in it deep, but I don't know if he loves me, or if he's just here for the company. I spent my last time trying to see it through. Pockets empty, still don't know if you'll come through.
That this meant we would continue to explore our romantic connection, and that we were not ready to be exclusive because the time was just really short. And so that meant that we could date other people. The part he missed was telling me he was dating someone continuously who was on the show.
Exactly. Yeah, that ain't cool. Period.
Okay.
As far as Lauren, I understand her wanting to date someone she wanted to date. But if I was in Lauren's shoes, after choosing someone else, there's no way that Vince would have convinced me to date him.
At all. Period.
So it makes me wonder what type of value and love a woman has for herself when she...
Hey guys, listen, welcome to Little Black Book 91. You already know what time it is. Listen, I have to give you a quick review because you know what? Tomorrow I might not be around because I got to get myself prepared for Bali. But let me just say this first and foremost. This reunion was interesting. Now, I've got to say this first and foremost. It seems like Vince was the MVP of this game. Okay, he had 3 women on the go. Crazy. I mean, he lied and he cheated and he stealed, but he had 3 women on the go. And I think it's quite intriguing because all the 3 different women are quite interesting in their own particular light. You know, I think first and foremost, Vince with Lauren. What I see with Vince and Lauren is, you know what it is. I think Vince finds Lauren attractive. I think he thinks that she's a beautiful woman, but there's something missing. There's not enough. There's something missing. It's almost like Lauren is the higher card to sleep with, but not necessarily to be with. And I don't mean that she's easy to get with. What I mean by that is how as men we can think, right? Lauren is like, you sleep with Lauren, it's like, oh, I've done something, bro. But you don't want her enough to want to wife her. I'm going to keep a buck with you. Okay. And then you have Donna. Donna is meant to be the middle ground. Okay. Donna's meant to be almost like a mixed blend of, you know, high and low. And it's like a medium. It's a nice medium. It's like, I can have sex with you. I can build an emotional connection with you. But there's still something not quite right about the relationship. I'm not sure what it is, but it's still, you know what, you don't have enough to keep me. You know what I'm saying to you, right? And then we have Nicole. We have Nicole, who is like, I'm gonna sleep with Nicole whenever I need to in order to keep my engine running warm, you know, to keep my game still flowing, keep my, you know, to keep me on my toes. I'm gonna sleep with Nicole because Nicole was the easiest one of the group. And I'm saying that to be harsh because I want you to understand you shouldn't be somebody's paperweight. You know what I'm saying to you? You shouldn't be someone's paperweight. Now, if you know that you want to be someone's paperweight, as in you want to have a situationship where y'all are having sex, then understandably, you know exactly what you're getting into. I'll be real with you. You know exactly what you're getting into when you go into it. Nicole doesn't. And that's the problem. Nicole doesn't get it. You know how I know Nicole is the bottom of the league when it comes to the women with Vince? Is the way that he treated her and said when she was airing out the business. You see how he treated Donna compared to how he treated Nicole when she was airing out the business? He was telling Nicole, why are you being messy? Da, 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 da. He was having a go at her when she was telling her truth. And when you start to see that and you see how he treated Donna, you can tell straight away, no. He has leagues and tiers to the women that he treated, right? Now, Lauren didn't know about Donna, and Donna didn't know about Lauren. And of course, when Lauren said when she found out, she did quit the relationship, so she left it alone. Now, what's really intriguing about this is what Donna said about Lauren. The funny thing is, Donna can't really talk. No offense, Donna. I hear you, but you can't talk. You shot Lauren because you were angry and you were hurt, because I think that there's a rivalry between the two of you. Let's be honest. You thought that you were, quote unquote, the better woman in this situation, right? And you found out that you're no better than Lauren. Okay, because there ain't no way you're shooting Lauren and saying about, oh, you need love for yourself because how can you choose a man who didn't choose you? But babe, when they asked you, when Vince had apologized, whether you would think about getting back together again, you said your honest answer is, I don't know. How can you go to Vince after and say you don't know when he's chosen to be with someone else? Think about it. No, really deep it. Think about it properly, Donna. If you don't know whether you would take back Vince after you know he's been doing things with Nicole and with Lauren and didn't tell you, you can't talk about somebody else needing love. And that's why it was very rich and very condescending of Donna to do so. And again, the reason why Vince is able to convince all three women is because they are a mirror to Vince's behavior. Okay? Like we get drawn to people because they mirror who we are. Okay? So if I choose a particular woman, I can't just be like, well, just her. No, I have to be aware of this. Everybody needs to be aware and accountable for the choices you make, the relationships you go into. It's very rare. And I mean, the rarest of rarest is it that, when you get into a relationship with somebody that you're not to blame either. What I mean by that is even you choosing someone can become a problem. Now, my question is, and I'm going to start with Donna first and foremost, where is the discernment that Donna had? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because Donna was on Darius. Donna was on, who else did she call out as well? She called out someone else as well. Like, Donna was on it like Sonic, bro. Like, Donna, in fact, I need to make sure my camera's going to go. Donna was on it like Sonic. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, she was on man, yeah, and calling out man. But all of a sudden, now, the discernment's gone. You telling me that Vince was somebody that your discernment was okay? The alarm system didn't go off, Donna. And that's the problem with Donna. And that's why Vince got her, because Donna's arrogant. When I say arrogant, I don't mean it in the sense of like a big ego in terms of like my big head. No, more of a case of she's very confident in her discernment and her logic. And the problem is both of them failed her. Because the logic should tell you Vince ain't the one. And the discernment that you had should start working with Vince as well. Right? Somebody who's argumentative, somebody who's critical, someone who can say it very straight, right? Without really thinking about how it can affect people. Oh, wait, Donna's the exact same way. That's why they got together. Donna's the exact same way that Vince is. Very sharp, can be kind of condescending at points in time, all right? And sometimes thinks they know it all. That's why they got together. That's why they were two peas in a pod. Right? And so now the situation, with her and Vince, unfortunately, is blood up in her face. Now, she doesn't deserve that because Vince took advantage. Let's just be honest. Vince played her. Let's be honest, he lied. He didn't tell Donna about what was going on. Although he said he was open, he didn't tell Donna that he was doing things with a woman on the show. And I get where the frustration is coming from, but technically he didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? He did something wrong because he hid the truth about who the women were, but technically he didn't do something wrong. You know what I'm saying to you? Because y'all were open. But I get it. You know, those are ladies that you were on your show. You've known them as well, etc., etc. I get it. It's going to hurt your pride a little bit because it's like, they shouldn't be involved, but they are involved. I get it. I get proximity, you know, proximity in that space. Yes, Vince lives in a gray in that particular aspect. And to be fair, and to end my last point on Donna as well here, Donna shouldn't even be in a situation. No, Donna has to be accountable here. The betrayal that Donna has been placed in when it comes to this particular situation is because herself, Donna and Lauren betrayed themselves, and I've told you about betraying yourself. What happens if you betray yourself? Okay, you are going to have yourself in a position where you will be betrayed. Mark it on the wall. I've told you guys this so many times. Do not betray your standards and your values to get a man or a woman. It will backfire on you. Okay. All right. So I want you to understand that clear as day so that you don't get into any troubles with people. And you'll wonder why people are betraying you. It's because you are not holding to your standards and your values. How is Donna even with Vince when we know that Donna said her timeline didn't necessarily work with Vince? Vince said his timeline didn't work with Donna. That should tell you all you need to know. Why are you going against your needs? You knew you had a timeline, and the brother was irking around the timeline, not really holding fast to the timeline. And now we're here on a timeline, and it's telling us about how, you know, that he played you on his timeline. You played yourself, right? And I've been there before. I know. Whenever we're able to go against our boundaries, whenever we're able to get against our standards, whenever we betray ourselves, it is really an indication of low self-esteem, scarcity mindset. A fear of, not having a good understanding of your self-worth. And you're desperate because you're wanting to be able to capture a man or a woman at any cost. This is the problem. So he played them all. And Vince, in this occasion, didn't tell the truth. But he also didn't technically lie. Well, I mean, he lied to Nicole. So technically he did lie. He lied to Nicole because she asked him a direct question. So, that was a lie in that sense as well. So in that particular sense, you know what I mean? So I play a little more of the clip.
Allows to be second.
Ooh, period.
I'm not kissing, sleeping. You haven't even smelt nothing I got going on. So I don't appreciate that. And so my issue was with Vince. As soon as I found out something that wasn't right, I removed myself.
Vince.
See what I'm saying to you? And what Donna did here, I didn't like it, but it's very much in alignment with kind of Vince's behavior, right? He likes to debate, she likes to throw shots. Because there is literally no need for Lauren to be getting called out in this particular way. Listen, listen. We can talk about Lauren's self-esteem, and I will talk about it in my next part. But the reality of the situation is, right, look how happy Donna looks. She looks so pleased with herself for calling out Lauren in this way. I don't get it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Now, it's highlighting an aspect, and this is what I'm saying to you. Donna was in competition, and that's the problem with Donna. That's the reason why Donna really was vexed at Lauren. She was in competition. It's funny because actually Dominique and Donna had the same beef with Lauren. Now, don't get it twisted. Lauren wasn't the one that was being chosen by these men. Let's be honest. Lauren was never getting chosen by these men. They had their sights on someone else. But it's really interesting because although she wasn't getting chosen, why is it that the woman felt threatened by her if she wasn't getting chosen? Could it be that they were more beefing around her beauty rather than actually beefing her about her actual opportunity with the men? Right? Could it be that they were actually more beefing Lauren around the fact that it's her beauty rather than actually beefing her over the fact that, because really and truly deep it, she wasn't number one for Vince and she wasn't number one for Bello. But Dominique and Donna, the way they've acted towards Lauren makes no sense. If you've already conquered and you've already won, why is it that both of them had such an extreme reaction to Lauren? Now, don't get it twisted. We know that Lauren had a pick-me moment with the Vince situation. Yeah, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you. We know this already. There's a self-esteem issue of Lauren, yes, because her dealing with Vince makes no sense after he called her the B word, and still going back to him is nuts, baby, when she knew that he chose someone else. Yes, I agree. So I'm going to discuss Lauren in a second or two. But what's the beef of Donna and Dominique with Lauren? There's something deeper here that needs to be explored and unpacked. There's something deeper here that needs to be explored and unpacked. Do you get what I'm saying to you? In that particular space, because Donna looked almost pleased that this happened. But if Lauren told you she didn't know, why are we shooting her? If she, it's given the girl that slept with your man but didn't know your man was yours. Do you get me? It's given, when like a man cheats on his girl, let's say like Vince cheated on Donna with a girl who's Lauren, and Lauren knows nothing about the fact that your man is in a relationship with you, and you want to beef her over the fact she slept with your man. Like, if he had morals, you wouldn't see her, but she didn't know. So what's the shots for? Again, it tells us something about what's really happening behind the scenes, that actually Donna and Dominique were actually dislodged by Lauren naturally. Listen, they're all beautiful women. Dominique's beautiful, Donna's beautiful, Lauren's beautiful. They're all beautiful women. Don't get it twisted, right? But when you're comparing yourself and you're sizing up your opponent, you see, how many of us get jealous of somebody who's ugly? We don't. We don't often get that. I'm talking about in terms of relationship. Okay, all right. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm talking about relationship. Because who's getting jealous of an ugly person? Like, you can't even get my girl. You can't even get my man. So, you know what I'm saying to you? You're clapped. Like, do you know what I'm saying to you? Right? You'll never. But we get jealous over people who we think could be potentially a threat to us or to the relationship. That's what makes jealousy. So in this instance, the way that they've reacted, I see how they're moving. I'm like, all right, cool. I see there's some beef there. You know what I'm saying to you?
Do you understand why Donna felt blindsided?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, of course I do. Obviously, I didn't want it to play out like that because of what we already had established. That I don't feel good about it because that small miscommunication really made her kind of step back.
You know why? Because she chose you.
Yes,
Exactly.
period. She chose you, period.
She
You
chose
did not
you.
do the same.
And that's all she expected when she heard that you chose her. She thought she was getting the same thing on the other end. What do you want, Vince? Would you like to get things back the way they were?
I understand why she feels the way that she.
Now, I don't know why Tommy was asking this question about, would you want to get things back to the way they were? No, sirree. Okay, no, sirree. No, sirree. Why are we giving him another chance? Why are we giving him another chance when he done messed her up? Okay, why are we doing that? Okay, why are we doing that?
If.
Donna,
Is if possible.
I want you to pay attention. Let me show you something. Donna would go back in a heartbeat. I'm telling you now, Donna will go back in a heartbeat. I want you to watch the facial expression. Pay attention to facial expressions when a question is asked. This is very important.
Would you like to get things back the way they were?
I understand why she feels the way that she feels, and I accept it if.
Donna?
Look at her smiling. Look at her smiling. She excited. Look at her. She feeling pretty. She feeling good about herself. She thinking, baby girl, why are you getting excited about a man that lied upon you? Come on, think about it, darling. Donna, think about it. You see, you just shot another woman for saying she needed some self-esteem, and I hear it. But now you will do it. You're sitting pretty, hand on thigh, getting excited. Like, yeah. You ain't won nothing, baby. There ain't nothing to win. Because my man's out here doing bits. Vince is the only winner here.
Is if possible.
My real honest answer is I don't know.
Why is there an I don't know? That's the problem. Why is there an I don't know? Think about what you're saying.
Vince.
Sir.
Do me a favor, man. Just right now.
Sir.
Can you at least apologize the way this went down?
A million apologies have been given to Donna, but probably should have over-communicated instead of leaving out that one part.
Okay.
That one part turned into more than one part because it wasn't only Lauren that he was doing a team with. Now I did feel sorry for Lauren because of course Vince kind of played her in that particular sense, and I get it. I totally understand that as well. I think that she's done dirty in this situation, but we do have to ask the question, Lauren, why did you go back to Vince? Now we have the real conversation. Why did Lauren go back to Vince? And the reality of the situation is Lauren went back to Vince because she's an avoidant too. That's the truth. I don't know what's happened in Lauren's past. I don't know what's happened in Lauren's childhood. Something is off. I'll tell you why something's off. Because for her to get into a situation with somebody that calls you a B word, and then, he hasn't been always cleaning the milk. Okay, cool. Let's let that go. But in essence, Vince is somebody who's argumentative. Your friends didn't like him, right? You set your friends on him, and then I started realizing, Lauren, you like power struggles. That's your problem. You found someone like Vince who could wrestle and tussle like you. You're not over tussling yet. You need to grow up. I'm just going to tell you that now. Emotionally, I need Lauren to grow up. She may think she's emotionally mature, but I can tell by the way she chose Vince. For me personally, I don't think you're emotionally mature. Because if I'm really honest with you, right, when you set your friends onto Vince to almost like kind of call him out a little bit, when you don't take accountability for setting your friends on him and he calls you out, the reason why you like Vince is because he's the one that can stand up to you. No. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Lauren likes to have control. Vince told her, you're not going to control me. And that was what sucked her in. And that means there's some healing work that Lauren needs to do because she has a problem with trying to control things. She likes power struggles. And usually the power struggle is happening because you are not comfortable with being able to lay it to rest. Meaning that you're afraid of rejection. And what ends up happening is we're afraid of being vulnerable. And because we're afraid of being vulnerable, it becomes a power struggle in the relationship. So if you ever find that your relationships where you're in power struggles with men or a woman, the reason being is because your fear behind vulnerability forces you into a place where you have to do passive aggressive behaviors. You don't tell people what you need. You struggle to supply what other people need. You move in silence. You're hoping for people to mind read. You're easily sensitive. You're actually very sensitive. Everything is disrespect. Okay, and that's the biggest issue with Lauren here, right? That's the biggest issue with Lauren. And so there's areas that Lauren needs to look at in herself to really figure it out. I know she didn't give out no cat. I know he didn't get close to the poussoir. And that's why Vince liked Lauren. Because Lauren was a tall challenge to get over. And I meant that pun in all the sense. Lauren was a tall challenge to get over. You see, that's what Vince really liked about Lauren. La tête. It was a vibe. It was a back and forth. It was a Godzilla versus King Kong kind of beef that they're having, right? That it's almost sexual tension between the two of them. Who's going to cave in? Who's going to win? And while this is the Mr. and Mrs. Smith situation, right? We never. If it had been any longer, it would have got there. Had she not found out about Donna, I promise you now, these two would have been knacking, sexing, and it would have been toxic as heck. Because all that would have happened between the two of them is warfare. Because we saw warfare on the show. They haven't cleared that up. She wasn't accountable about the fact she sent her friends on him. And do you think that he's forgotten after he called her out for not being accountable? Do you get what I'm saying to you? After his brother called her out as not being accountable. You think these two are connected? Nah, these two were this is what was there was sexual attraction because both parties like control and they found each other who both like to play this game of chess. Who's gonna move first? Get me? So these two chess masters are playing different moves on the board, and in the end for Lauren, the end game is you're not gonna get this. You're not gonna get this because I'm playing chess right now. You get me? I'm not gonna fall. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So it's interesting how this is played out. And so Lauren does have to look at herself and ask the question why she's there. You get what I'm saying to you? She does have to look at why she's actually in those situations. No problem, Jay. I'll inbox you. Do you know what I'm saying to you in that space? Well, so yeah, I was looking at her, and again, once again, she got egg on her face. And do you know what the biggest issue of Lauren is that she makes a move last minute. Lauren's fear of rejection makes her move last minute. And because she moves last minute, she's always late to the party. Always late to the party. You know what I mean? And so that's why with Bello, it was late to the party. I'm not going to try too much. I can't show them too much liking. The Vince situation, shouldn't be going there, but we're late to the party. Shouldn't be doing it. But again, I don't want to get rejected, so I'm going to play coy. And so actually, we don't even know. Her feelings could be hurt. She might say her feelings are not. We don't know. Right? So again, there's something deeper that's going on with our good sis Lauren here. She needs to think about it. Because yeah, there's a lot that's going on there. You know what I'm saying to you? And then we got to talk about Nicole, because Nicole's situation, yeah, Nicole, yeah, this scene here, oh baby, I was sad. I was like, Nicole, if you don't get up and get out.
I don't care what you got going on with anybody else. You told me that you were dating other people. I understand. Correct. All I am saying is, if you know that I'm not a person that you want or see something with, just tell me.
I understand. Nothing has changed as far as what, like, oh my God. Let me go. Because you gotta get me makeup. Get makeup.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Wow.
Nicole, let me say this kindly. I see you, Jay. Nicole, let me say this kindly. I need you to get respect. I need you to find the respect quickly and fast. Nicole, I need you to find the respect quickly and fast. Let me put this message across because it's really important for people. When you try to minimalize yourself and make yourself small so that other people can be easily accommodating of you, I am here to tell you they will always take advantage of you. Let me say it one more time so you hear me very clearly. Whenever you minimalize yourself in order to make it easier for other people to deal with you, I promise you they will deal with you, but not in a kind way. When someone runs a business and you enter the business, let's say you go into a hair shop. It's one of my things I talk about as well, right? And you go into a hair shop, right, for instance, and they cut your hair. Usually you pay 80, maybe 100, maybe 200. Who knows how much you pay for a haircut, right, for the ladies, or, styling for your hair, ladies, right? And you come into that shop, that salon, and every week they tell you it's haircuts free, haircuts free, haircuts free. And you keep hearing everybody else's haircut is free. Eventually, you're going to ask the question, wait, how is this business making money? Because everybody's haircut is free. And so what you're going to realize is a couple of months down the line, the business is closed. Right? Now, the people who came to that shop, I can tell you this for sure, they're going to find another shop to get their haircut from. You know what I mean? They're going to find another shop to get their haircut from. Simple as. And so in that particular space, what's interesting about this situation is that when you are the business and you give everything out for free, you'll recognize that you'll have loads of customers, but you'll never be replenished. And that's the biggest issue with a lot of people who overgive. They don't recognize that they are actually not placing a demand on their presence. They don't believe their presence is valuable. So they always try to maneuver and do something for somebody in order to show their value. So Nicole is locked into a position where she's always trying to people please and be on everybody's good side because she's afraid of being rejected and not being accepted by not being nice. She's a nice girl. That's the problem with Nicole. She's not a kind girl. She's a nice girl. And that is a turn on. It's like having too much sugar in the cake. You spoilt the cake. Right? And so Nicole is this cake that's oversaturated with with sugar, and it's now it gives you a head rush, but it gives you a headache, and it's not even nice to eat. And that's Nicole. And she's not learning the lesson because she refuses to look at herself and stop and say, do you know what? I need to stop overgiving. I need to have value in just being present here. I need to love me and accept me and like me first. I need to be safe enough in a position where I recognize that I'm okay if some people don't like me. I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everyone. And you cannot be. And this is not just about Nicole. This is all of us. You are not for everybody. You can't be. Your exclusivity is what gives you the value. The fact that you're not for everybody gives you value. The fact that you're not everywhere gives you value. The fact that not everybody can access you gives you value. Right? Everybody must know their market. You can't get every single market. You must choose a market and a lane and stick to it. But Nicole wants to have the whole lane. She wants to be liked by everybody. And that's going to make you disliked by everybody. And now we're here and you hugging a man the way you're hugging him after he's embarrassed you. After he's embarrassed you. Sis, the low self-esteem, the low self-worth, I need you to pick it up. I need you to pick it up. The low self-esteem and the low self-worth. I want to even just quickly, the Ed one quickly. This was embarrassing. This was shambolic. This was embarrassing.
It's okay.
Wow.
All right. First time college crush on Ready to Love. Nicole.
Hey.
When I'm looking at this, it looked like you the one got eliminated.
He was so emotional.
Why was it so difficult for you?
His elimination came the very next day after our first date. So it was like, I started to see it like, oh, okay, well, maybe.
But you've been going to college with him for a long time, and I'm sure y'all was in each other's faces around that time.
We were not in each other's face, and I would like to finish answering the question that you asked me.
Yeah.
So it was more of like a disappointment of still not like figuring this out.
Did you feel the same way, Ed?
Can you repeat the question?
You heard.
We still don't know, Tommy. We still don't know.
Ed,
Yes, sir.
a lot of ladies felt.
Now, she told us, I know I didn't play the clip. She actually told us that she tried to holler at him a few times after the show. And I asked her, I said, Nicole, I said, you know what? In fact, let me change this. Let me change the way I'm attacking this situation. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to change the way I'm attacking the situation. For Nicole to be where she is, that level of desperation, there's a level of pain that's behind that. For Nicole to get to a place where she is outwardly showing such desperation with Ed and Vince, there is some deep wounds that you've gone through in childhood or something around those areas. Because the willingness to abandon your own self, the willingness to betray your standards and values, the willingness to be so unapologetic about chasing someone who's not even showing you the interest, you lack self-worth. And that self-worth means that whatever you've experienced in your childhood, they've robbed you of that self-worth. They robbed you. I don't know what happened in school, our college years, whatever happened, but they robbed you of your self-worth. They robbed you of your self-esteem. Whatever happened during your past, it has taken the confidence from you. Because you are here as an adult, chasing someone desperately who's not giving you even an inch. This is sad. So let me not be too mean. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But I feel it. I'm like, nah, do you know what? You know, I feel it. You get what I'm saying to you? So I just want Nicole to see this and be like, Nicole, it's time to face the music in the mirror. It's time to look at yourself and be honest about what you really are seeing. There's a time to ask questions. Why is it that I keep going after men that are seemingly running away from me? Nicole is chasing a love that is beyond Ed and beyond Vince. She's chasing a love that's from her past, man. And I'm not talking about Ed in college. I'm talking about there is something that she's chasing for validation of love and care and appreciation that she did not get, that she's doing in her adulthood. Man, it's tight, man. Really, really tight. Okay, last little bit. I want to quickly just talk about the Bello situation real quick. Let me get Jay on. Okay.
Pretty much 2 to 3 times a week. Bello had been to my house, had met my family, my children. Everybody liked him. Everything was smooth sailing. No issues, no problems.
I keep hearing past tense though.
Because it's
Dominique.
past. We're not together.
Okay, there we go. Tell them.
Tell them. So fast forward the story. It's Christmas Eve. I go home. Bello hits me up and was like, "We need to talk." And I was like, "Okay, what's up?" He's like, "Yeah, I just, after considering everything that's going on, this ain't for me." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because me and this man, like this man was just in my bed 2 days ago. Took my kids out to eat. We are together all the time. Never had an argument, right?
Right.
He said, "I just don't feel like you fit my future. I see myself having a wife and children, and I just don't see that for me."
Just came out of nowhere like that.
So Dominique, you done fought for this man, and this man embarrassed you. You done fought another woman for this man, and he's embarrassed you. Okay, so here's the thing. Bello played Dominique. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. Bello played her. Bello played her because really and truly, Bello was never, ever really invested in Dominique. We said this from the beginning, right? Okay, all right. We said it from the beginning. The way he's kissed her, the way he's answered questions, you know, the way that she betrayed herself. No, Dominique needs to be held accountable, and I'm going to hold her accountable as after I've held Bello accountable. Bello played her because he had no intention of ever trying to wife this woman, because they had different faiths and different religions. Bello was just more excited about being able to capture her and win the battle. Now, if your finances are not in order, sir, it's giving you a conning people. Okay? It's giving you're conning people, sir. It's given that you are, you know, it's given that you know that financially you never had it in the first place. It's given you wanted her for something. Okay? All right? Because if it's a financial thing, you always had a financial thing. You didn't suddenly have a financial thing. You've always had a financial situation. You know what I'm saying to you? Right? All of a sudden, and you know, whenever I hear people talk about property development and then suddenly their money is all run out, I'm like, you shouldn't even be dating, bro. You ain't got no running, you've got no running cash, you got no running capital. You're no good to anybody. Okay? You're no good to anybody. So I'm not talking about being broke. I'm saying that Bello knew that financially there was something not quite right, but he didn't want to say nothing because he had his eyes set on winning. Now maybe he has a different opinion. I would love to hear it. You know, if he's here, well, hopefully he will come here when we can have a different opinion. But right now, interesting stuff. That's true. She did say it, so we don't know if it actually is true. That's very true. We don't actually know. It might not be true. That's fair. I take it back. It could not be true. It could be a case of the fact that she was just saying a little bit too much and putting 2 on 10. That's very true. I won't lie to you. You know, so that's it there. The other aspect though is to say that also he might have bailed because she's high maintenance. He might have bailed because once he started seeing the bills that were coming out, old boy said, this is what I've got to be paying for. It's not worth the cost, my guy. It's not worth the cost. I'm unwilling to pay the piper. You know what I'm saying to you? In that particular space. So yeah, it's one of them ones, you know. You know. So that's always interesting. Now with Dominique, real quick. With Dominique, the reality of the situation is, Dominique is that she betrayed herself. When you went and took her to your daddy, knowing that your daddy is a Christian and you're supposed to be one too, or at least you believe in Christ, and then you don't actually stick to that, yeah, you're asking to be betrayed because you're betraying yourself. You know that's not true. You know that's not in alignment with your faith. Right? You know it's not in alignment with your faith. So why are we doing all of this? So I think Dominique will have to look at this again and be like, Why would I go for a man that has a different faith to mine? Why would I accept that in my life? Maybe because desperation kicked in. Maybe because you're a chameleon. Maybe because you are a shapeshifter. And maybe you're not also being true. You see, when often people show us, when oftentimes people show you a deceptive side, you have to know that a lot of times we also have a deceptive side too. That's why, you see, it's interesting when you're too hungry for something to happen, you can be conned. But when you're also a deceptive person trying to play chess, and you meet a fellow chess player who's also trying to be deceptive, both of you can cancel each other out, right? Bella was deceptive, and she was being deceptive because she wasn't being true and honest to herself. She was wearing a mask. I don't know who this Dominique is. The Dominique that chose a man that knowingly would not fit her faith. What we're doing? She has to look at herself and ask those questions. You know, she has to look at herself and ask those questions. Because, baby, I agree. Yes, if he didn't want her, he should have gone for her. Absolutely right. I agree with that. The reality situation I'm talking about is that players go and play. Players go and do what players do. They go and play. And when other players meet other players, they try to play each other. And that's what happened. I'm not saying she's to blame. I'm saying to you that for her own life, she has to be accountable. And then when she said that God told her that her husband is here, I said, you're lying. I said, what relationship you have with God that God told you your husband's here and he'll be a Muslim? How can that be? God told you that your husband will be a Muslim. Come on, Dominique. Come on. How many times have you used that line? How many times have you used that spiritual manipulation line about my husband told me, or, you know, the Lord told me you're my husband? Come on, sis. How many times have you used that spiritual manipulation line? Real manipulation vibes, talking about, you know, the God told me you're my wife or my husband. She was doing everything to capture that man because she wanted to win. She wanted to be liked. She wanted to be wanted. I get it. She's a preacher's kid. She knows how to mask herself. She knows how to be deceptive. And so does Bello. And Bello had the red flags. The 1-year-old child, the fact that he had the answers were always murky with the children situation. You know, the fact that, you know, we saw the way he kind of pulled back with the kisses. I never felt like he was fully invested in those kisses. And she did say that her parents liked him. Meanwhile, her dad was definitely off, and she was lying. And that's what I'm saying about being deceptive. Dominique is deceitful, and she meets other deceitful people. When I say deceitful, I don't mean that she's like a quote unquote outright liar. I mean she lies to herself. She's delusional in that sense because she lies to herself and tries to get away with it. But you can't run away from yourself. I've been there. I'm saying I've been there. I've actually done those things. I've lied to myself. I've pretended I can't see red flags. I've pretended as if that, you know what, I can save them. I pretend that I can love them out of the situations. And guess what happens? I always end up on the other wrong end of the stick. And at some point, I've got to be accountable and be like, nah, that's you. That's no one else. That's you. You know what you did. That's you. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me get my co-host on. Let me get Jay on to discuss this topic as well, because it's a lot. I can't lie to you. It's a lot. Yes, Jay. Let me turn it.
Hey. Sorry for my bathroom.
You're good.
But I say this. I just learned some UK terms. So this is dodgy. All of this is dodgy.
That's right. That's right.
That's become real dodgy. Okay. I'm gonna start with the Dominique. I'm gonna start with the Dominique situation because most of this is really about the Vince, Lauren, and Donna's situation to think. But I know you started with Dom, so I'm gonna start with her and her situation. And I'll say it like this, because you know I've been on Dom head from the beginning of this or whatever. But you're right. She betrayed herself. And the reason why she betrayed herself, and few things could be true at the same time. But the moment she started lying about how her parents feel and lying to her parents, because the fact they might have actually liked Bello. Don't get me wrong. They might have actually liked the version of Bello she presented to them. But she lied to them and withholding information about his actual religion because she knew her dad wasn't going to like it. So the moment she started doing that stuff, that's the moment she betrayed herself, because you started dropping the whole thing of actually finding a person for yourself and started competing with the other women. You was doing anything and everything to get this man under your submission. And that's where she failed herself. She could have been like, she has the game. She actually has the game because we watched her with Devin. We watched her with Cardi, how she maneuvered and stuff like that. She had the same game. She had the discernment to understand that these men wasn't for her. But because she sized Lauren up as competition, she decided, I'm going to sit here and play this game any type of way. And then on top of it, you fell for him because you're on this stage crying right now in this moment. You went from smiling, cool, and acting like everything was okay to literally crying on this stage behind this man. Why? Because inside of yourself, you don't want to admit that you played yourself by allowing him the opportunity to even play in your face the way he did. So now you got to come up with every excuse except for take accountability in this moment and say, this is on me. Because I shouldn't have been worried about what anything he had going on with any of these ladies. I should have been paying attention to all the signs that it was showing me while he was dealing with these ladies. Instead of wanting up Lauren in that moment, sitting there at that table with his brother, you could have said, hey, why you can't get a straight answer? Are you still pursuing a relationship with her or what? What's really good? But you was too busy trying to get the one up. And I'm not going to, though I know for sure Bello scammed her, because at some point Bello decided that this is not the woman he wanted. And it was a last minute decision, quote unquote. However, that statement that his brother said in the back of his mind rang there. And I think from that moment, that's when Bello kind of held up and was like, well, let me see what I can get up out of her. I do think he started to like her somewhat, but he was willing to keep his options open. Especially if he had some girlfriend lingering in the background already. I think he fully decided, let me see what I can get out of her, her connections, whatever, and stuff like that to make things happen. Two things can be true. He could have been in a financial crutch, and he could have also liked her for a moment until he started seeing some of her behaviors and how she gonna act. His timing was shit on when he told her. Because, sweetheart, no matter if you Muslim or not, give me book. I don't celebrate, but I know when Christmas is coming. So come on. You're Muslim and you don't know Kwanzaa, you don't know Hanukkah, you don't know Christmas? What rock you been living under? Your timing is because the girlfriend probably put pressure on you to shut this down. Or you finally made a decision, I can't get none of her connects. This ain't gonna go nowhere. It gave side piece while she was sitting here trying to look at Lauren for the longest as being a side piece, but it gave side piece energy that you would tell her on Christmas Eve that you're good. Meaning I don't got to spend Christmas with you or your family. I do feel bad for her a little bit, only because I know at some point she did actually genuinely like this man. But sis, this is on you. because the signs was all there. When he couldn't give you a straight answer, when he still kept playing, and I do know that some part of the game has to have the votes of others. You have to have the votes of others. I understand that. We watched that with Clifton and Joy. But when he literally sat there and told you that's told Lauren that's what you were here for, instead of saying, nah, I'm cool in this moment because we're at the tail end anyway. That should have been enough proof right there. But you was basking in the joy that he decided that he just want to play. You thought play in Lauren's face when he was playing in both y'all face. But, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. She would have just kept focused on the whole goal of actually finding her person instead of competing with any other woman there. Now, I do not understand why all these ladies have this hard on for Lauren. Because there's a lot of them. The only person I've seen so far that seemed that don't have a hard on for Lauren is Ashante, who's giving me true confidence, because obviously she was confident enough to choose her daggone self at the end of this. Or whatnot. But I don't know why all these ladies have a hard on for Lauren, because everybody was championing how Vince was wrong for playing Donna the way she did. Donna this and Donna that, or stuff, had chimed in on everything and stuff like that. Like Lauren was the actual bad guy when the whole time it was Vince. I'm sorry. Why are we attacking the lady when the man is over here spitting the game and playing you both? And not only you both, he got a third person in there. So Donna, no matter of fact, before I get to Donna, let me step on Lauren. Let me tap back in on Lauren real quick, because I like Lauren. I do. She a girl of my statuette, you know what I'm saying? Nice, tall, light skin. I love my people, you know what I'm saying? Black, white, indifferent. I love them. However, sis, you was trying to be cute when you went over to Donna's shop to talk about how you and Vince had something going on. Now, I may have heard it wrong. I could have heard it. I don't know how I heard it, but it sounds to me that she already had known Donna was chosen by Vince. But she walked over there anyway to tell him, oh, I thought you knew we were still talking. You could have had your little cake and your fun and did whatever you did with Vince and moved on. But you wanted to make sure that Donna knew too. I don't agree with that energy too much, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what y'all have going on in the background, because obviously these girls don't like her. So I'm not really sure what's going on in the background on that part or whatever. But something provoked her to decide that she want to go ahead and tell Donna. That's how I took it. Now I have to probably rewatch it and see if I took it wrong. But how I took it is she walked over there with the knowing that they was together. And at the end of that conversation, she told Donna, oh, I thought you knew that we were still talking. But I'm pretty sure that she known that it was a potential that Donna was chosen by him. Now, she was off the show. I don't know what her connections is with anybody and all that. I don't know if it's Shantae know to tell her or whatever and stuff like that. I could be wrong. She didn't know anything. I'll stand on it if I'm wrong. But how I took it is that she known something. So I'm looking at her little side eye on that part right there, because ain't no way that you need to bask in the glory of nothing, because you didn't win nothing with Vince. At the end of the day, he's still trying to go back to Donna. So both of y'all still a 1 and 2 category. But to circle back to Donna and her comment, I was like, see, this is why I sit here and tell y'all don't be competing with the other woman when it's the man in between, the both of y'all. Because he gonna make you look stupid every time. Now, you were sitting up on that stage, smiling and grinning and all this stuff, and indecisive if you'll get back together, because what in your heart is, if he begged me enough, I'll give him another shot. That's really what was in her heart. Up until Nicole decided that Nicole want to be like, oh, well, let me tell y'all about my situation then. Because he not only withheld the information about Lauren, but he obviously withheld the information about Nicole.
Did we lose you, Jay?
I was saying my internet started acting crazy. Okay. I don't know
Okay.
what part, the last part you heard on me.
No, it was only a tiny bit that you got locked off. You're good.
Okay. All right. But so I'm just like, he didn't tell you all the information. And let's recall, Donna said she liked Vince for his honesty, and I respected him for it at the time. But like I said before, Vince plays in the course of honesty. And we've been trying, me and Coach have been trying to school y'all on.
Damn, they're taking my good sis out, boy. She was just gonna tell you about the Vince situation. She's been the connection taking her out at the best time. Go for it again, Jay. We lost you for a second. We lost you at the part where you said you've been trying to school the people about Vince.
Yeah, I see my internet want to be shifty as soon as I start talking about the
Trust
dark arts.
I was like, the timing couldn't be worse.
The dark arts of it is my internet want to be shifty.
Y'all better relax, my sis. Sorry, go again. Yeah.
Right. But like I said,
hey, whatever they did to your internet is nasty work. Because what's going on? What's going on? They did some nastiness to your internet, baby. You was going strong, and all of a sudden, now you got that nigga.
Okay, I'm gonna try to run it back because
Yeah, as soon as you start talking about Vince, it just feels like it feels personal. The internet. As soon as you start talking about Vince. Yeah, your audio is still playing up, babe. You might have to pop out and pop back in. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, no, your internet. They took your voice, baby. They took your voice. They took your voice. We need you to come back and go back in, babe. I don't know what's going on. The internet moving shifty. Yeah. But yeah, no, the Vince situation it is kamikaze. I can't lie. I think with the Vince situation, we see that listen, Vince likes to play around. Vince likes to play around. He's smart. He likes to play in the gray areas, as someone said earlier on. He likes to play in areas where you can't necessarily hold him for it, and that's what happened with the ladies right now. Like Donna technically couldn't hold him for it. Lauren can't. Only Nicole really could have, because he actually said something to Nicole, but Lauren couldn't necessarily say something too tough. It's like he likes playing those games, man. And that's Vince. That's Vince being very clever and being very mad. Like I said, I think let me send you. I think sorry, I've sent the wrong thing. I think with Vince, he's listen. At the end of the day, it's dark arts, isn't it? Do you get me? Yeah. I always talk about when people play a good game, I have to also be respectful of the fact that it was good dark arts. All right. But when you're lying, kind of isn't. But when you have to lie, it's not a great game anymore. And when you have to lie, Nicole, it wasn't really a great game anymore. With Donna, when he didn't tell her about Lauren, it wasn't a great game anymore. You know what I'm saying to you? Like when you have to start lying, it's not a great game anymore. I don't mind being in a gray area, but when we have to lie, it's not a great game anymore. You know what I mean? That for me is the biggest aspect of that. Yeah, Jay.
Not the dark arts of Vince hijacking my internet.
Well, they try to take you out, sis. They don't want you to be great.
The truth will be televised.
It will be televised. Sorry, man. Go again, man, sis. I know they try to take you out.
Yeah, but like I said, me and Coach and stuff, we've been trying to warn y'all of how the truth can be used in the dark arts. I know a lot of people don't understand that, but the thing is, certain people love to be lied to. Certain people like to hear the truth and still make up their own stories. Unfortunately, Donna is one of them people, because the moment that man told you, if you okay to relinquish your timeline, I'm okay with dealing with you. And then had the nerve to sit there right after and agree to like, hey, listen, we just agreed to dating. We didn't agree to nothing exclusive. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out why you mad at Lauren when you made an arrangement with this man that y'all can date whoever. He decided not to tell you who it is he's dating. Now, I don't know in the arrangement that y'all had a clause that y'all could talk about who y'all dating and who y'all not dating or whatever. But as soon as you agree to open dating, it's free range, baby. He could date whoever he wants. So you can't be mad at him for choosing somebody off of your, you can't be mad at her for him choosing somebody off your cash. You need to be mad at him for choosing somebody close to you. So that little shot was instant karma as soon as she found out Nicole was also in the mix of everything and that he never told Nicole that he had ended up choosing Donna. Which was also sketchy, which I was picking up is that Nicole been hanging around Lauren. That's what I was getting from some of it when she was like, well, had I known about Lauren, I probably would have never went there either. So it was almost like, oh, so y'all been hanging with Lauren and he chose to mess with you too? Interesting. But none of y'all, which was really, really interesting, none of y'all, and when I say none of them, was the women on that couch that was peeking up all that time when it came to Lauren. None of y'all had no beef for Vince in all the games that he was doing up in this. None of y'all was like, oh my God, I can't believe he did Donna like this and stuff like that when it came to Nicole or whatever. But sure enough, when they said Lauren, y'all all had a problem. So that let me know that y'all was all willing to betray yourself in sake of Lauren not winning. Now, I hate to say that this is a colorist thing or whatever, because I hate to just minimize this conversation just like that. But I do believe that her actual aesthetics, as far as her beauty, and possibly in some regards her color, not necessarily with Donna because they're about the same complexion, has something to do with a lot of things. Because I think what people think automatically is because you're light skinned and you have some type of look to you that you're automatically chosen. That is not always the case, as we can see. And we also know that Kevin Samuels is just laughing in his graves right now because Owen decided he wanted to play up in a beautiful woman's face by having a beautiful woman play herself the way she did. I don't know why Lauren disgraced herself in some ways that she did. Because you were second choice to a lot of these men, even though their first choice wasn't solid. So parts of me is like, okay, yeah, you could have sat here and got your little lick let back or whatever, or had your little fun with some of these men. But the fact that you actually went to Donna and had to tell her that you had something going on with Vince, I can kind of see why some of the ladies be a little some type of way with you. And I also could see why Donna thought she was getting a little lick back in that moment. But she played in her own face by doing that, because at the end of the day, he ain't smashed nobody but Nicole. And I'm like, we already know Nicole's self-esteem is shot. Because you chasing a man that ain't never thought about you in 15 years. Plus. You was crying after the elimination, like because you had your first date with him the night before? Make that make sense to me. So overall, City Girls took a big L in this one. City Boys up. Thanks to Vince. Okay. The only thing I could say Vince was sitting there looking stupid in is the part he was just like, that's not right. That's not right. Bro, just I don't know. If I was trying to smash real quick or whatever, and probably smash again if you let me. And hold up 1 second, because I'm still trying to smash Donna if I ain't cracked her yet. But I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all now, don't be out here competing with the other woman, because at the end of the day, you're gonna play yourself, because one or two things is gonna happen. That man is either gonna continue to mess with that other lady, or he gonna just mess with somebody else because he know he can continue to have you. Because that we seen Vince go in the background and be like, oh no, hold on, before we get to what we seen Vince do, Donna was in her confessional talking about, oh, I seen the text messages. If I didn't see the text messages myself, I wouldn't know what you wouldn't have did. What you wouldn't have did, because the text messages obviously carried on enough for them to go on dates. Even if you want to say that she pursued him, he still took the option of going out with her. He didn't shut it down. So what did the text messages actually prove? And then the fact that if the text messages prove anything, why is he back there now in the confessional with you, convincing you on it wasn't really nothing still? Then you sitting in a three-way with Nicole and him. Even if the timeline of Nicole is after y'all, he was talking to Nicole the whole time. It was clear that from the time that Nicole left, he was talking to Nicole, because he never shut none of that part down. The only thing he might have shut down for a hot second is after choosing you, he might have said, let me put Nicole on hold until I'm sure that we agree that we can date other people. As soon as he agreed that y'all can date other people, guess what? He was back on Nicole's line. Looking to smash 2 days before the reunion. Child. I don't know what's in the water of Detroit, but baby, it's a hot mess out there. I don't know. But City Boys is up. I feel bad right now. I don't know how we're going to redeem ourselves.
Yeah, listen, it's a wild one. I can't lie to you. I see Ashanti's there. Ashanti in the chat. I would love to bring you on, but you know what? We need to get you on a interview. To be honest, I don't know how many interviews I'm even going to do on Ready to Love, to be honest. Oh, Lauren's here as well. You know what? Can we break protocol? Can we invite them?
Did she say he left the show fully single? What's that mean, Lauren?
Lauren, I need you to come and answer these questions. Let me get you on. Because listen, I'm not going to do the videos this season. I'm not going to lie to you. I've only got one or two people I'm going to interview, and I've got too much coaching to do. I can't lie to you. I won't even play with you. There's too much coaching to do to be doing interviews this seasons. Y'all going to have to let me live. Master Sean, I see you, bro. Talk to them.
Hey, Shawnee.
What's up, JJ? What's up, Coach? Yo. I got to tell you, we should have just fast forwarded to the reunion. Because this is something. And Lauren, you know, I like you, sis, but I don't understand. You know, I mean, please come up. Let's talk this out. But I'm just concerned, baby girl. Oh, you just broke my heart. Like, Vince shouldn't have been able to smell your sit down air after he called you a tall B. Like, that's all. This just no. All roads don't go. You know, like that blew me when she gave that man another shot. And who knew that Vince was the player all along?
I probably did, but I ain't
Vince
gonna say it.
was pulling all the ladies. Oh man, my heart's broken. My heart's broken for Nicole. Oh, my gosh, I hope I need her to get some therapy. You know, I need some therapy for Nicole, because why is she begging, baby? I'm begging, baby. I'm begging, baby. Like, what is you doing? Like, I'm so blown. I need to watch this reunion again, because I need to make sure everything that I saw is accurate. Because how the hell, like, what in the hell? Who would have predicted Dom and Bello would have blew up? He would have freaking told her, I'm not choosing you. Oh, man. I don't even, bro, there's just so many moving pieces. I'm just trying to process it all. I'm overstimulated.
Hold up in
But
the middle of your process though, Sean. Lauren, long as coach see you in the background to know that it's you, you can have your camera off, mama. I mean not Lauren, but Ashanti. You can be in the bed in the dark. All you like, sis. Come on up. I like you. I championship Ashanti.
yeah, no, yeah, I definitely I got a soft spot for her. She's a solid one, you know? She held firm. I just don't understand like what happened. Like how did people, and I get it, we're watching the show. So please nobody don't say that. None of y'all that come up here. We love y'all, but don't tell us we're watching the edited show. We know. But there's signs. The signs are there. Like what happens where somebody does X and then you still just let them go? I don't get it. I'm just blown at that. Dom, I got why she did that because she's just been down like four flat tires from since day one. And that's the problem about not assessing the situation and weeding through the double talk. So she just and that was to her own detriment because that's what happens when I think that's when you let your ego get ahead of you. You think that you can't get got. But when somebody is getting somebody else, when somebody is not being forthright with somebody else, but you think, oh, they're being true to me. No, if somebody is not, that's who they are. Like people show you who they are. And we don't say, oh, I'm gonna be a good person to Jay today, but I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna be a liar and a deceiver or not clear with Seaway. No, I'm not being clear because that's the game I'm playing. I might like Jay Moore, but if I'm not being clear and I'm not being intentional, or if I don't have anything going with her and I'm still stringing her along, I have the same potential to do that to you. That I think is like the biggest mistake that people make in dating and relationships. You see how somebody moves, but you think they're not doing that to me. Donna did it too. I think that was the takeaway. When Donna saw the disrespect in the conversation with Lauren, she was like, but he ain't doing that to me. She said it out loud, not even her actions. She said it out loud. When you do that, you're setting up a trap for yourself because you're accepting bad behavior for somebody else because it's not you. I think to me right now, that is like the biggest lesson. You see somebody move in a bad way, that's who they are, and expect it to come your way. I'm done.
Set a bar there, Sean. That's the facts. And that's the funny thing is like we all question like why Lauren kept moving, kept doing certain things and stuff like that. But even though it's a TV show, she probably had to stay there until she get voted off. But as she was there, she was showing them how much interest these men really had for their actual number one quote unquote connection. Hey, Ashanti.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We hear you loud and clear,
Oh,
babe.
oh goodness.
Nice to have you on board.
I'm happy to be here, I guess. I don't know. Am I? What y'all think?
Listen, your season is
Oh
interesting.
God. A hot mess express, babe. We was on a hot mess
Well,
express
you
going
get nothing
nowhere
but
fast.
praises. You get nothing but praises, sis. You know what I'm saying? So you
Thank
should
you.
be
I
happy.
appreciate it.
Other people might not be so much, but you you can be
Did my
happy.
best. Did my best to do my best.
I'm intrigued. So I guess my question would be: obviously, you had a connection with Bella, right?
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you get off the Bella Express train? Because I know what we saw on the screen, but at what point did you get off the Bella Express train?
When I witnessed an actual kiss and I was like, yeah, this is not because I feel like I told the guys, I have certain boundaries. And if you cross a boundary, no shade, that's why we're here. But if you cross a certain boundary, it's like, okay, you made your pick. You made your pick.
Okay.
I think we've seen that in your face a couple of times.
Mhm.
Okay, so I mean, I do have a question. Okay, so I know that you guys had an intellectual comment, and by the way, another round, Sean, you guys can ask questions, as many questions. I'll take a back seat. But yeah, no, what drew you to Bella? Of course, you guys had an intellectual kind of aspect. Is that what drew you to Bella? Did he manage to get underneath the armor? What was it about Bella that had you at least considered a man to try and explore connection with?
It was the intellectual conversations because again, we read a lot of the same books. So when we would speak on the phone behind the scenes, the conversations were actually good. It wasn't what's your favorite color? When's the last time you got flued out? It was, oh, I read this book and what did you get from it? It was we had conversations that had actual substance. Those are the type of conversations I prefer to have when I'm trying to get to know somebody on a certain level.
Fair play. I will yield the floor to another round and Sean to answer questions.
I got a little bit separate because it's away from the men. As what looks like Switzerland to me, what was the nature of the relationship of the ladies?
I can only speak on the relationship I had with the ladies and what Coach. And what I will say is, I feel like what the ladies appreciated about me is that I was very upfront. So like I remember day one, I felt like I rubbed Dominique the wrong way. So by the time we were on the elevator headed up to Misfit Island, I asked her, I said, are we good? I'm like, yesterday I feel like I said something and you made a face in your tone. She's like, no, 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 absolutely not. We're good. Same thing with Lauren. I'm like, because production be having you do stuff and say stuff. So I remember her complaining about somebody interrupting her talking to one of her guys. And so production prompted me to do the same thing, like, oh, go over there and talk to such and such. Well, he was talking to Lauren, but I just remember Lauren complaining about somebody interrupting her. So I was like, I'm just like, production had me do that. I don't have a problem with you. I just wanted to make sure I didn't rub you the wrong way. And so I feel like what people respected about me is that I wasn't with none of that extra stuff. I ain't come here for that. It's no way that on my platform I speak about love and light and and then I'm gonna be seen as messy. So I just want to make sure that, what you see is what you got with me. So I made sure we good. If we not good, we can agree to not be good and you go your way and you go my way, but I'm not doing a mess. I made that clear.
Oh, beloved, I know. We Switzerland, so we don't get into other people's business. But as an observer, what you think started the tension between Lauren and the other ladies?
I really can't say because again, it wasn't my issue to have. So I can't say what somebody's issue would be with somebody else,
I feel you. Coach
So I got a question.
Where is
When
Lauren? Where's she at? Why she ain't up here too? That was a question for
Nah,
her.
It is a question for
I might have
Lauren, but
scared Lauren. I might have scared her. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, but I just had some questions. I can't be fake. You know what I mean? Like, and I like her. I think she's cool, beautiful. All the things, but I just seen some serious missteps, and I just wasn't expecting to see her letting Vince spin the block. Like, what are we doing? But Ashanti, for you, how were you able to navigate this process without getting sucked into the BS? Because you definitely you've been a fan fave because the way you navigated things. So please tell me how you were able to like suss out certain things and see certain behaviors that were like red flags.
So one thing with me, because I'm not about to sit up here and act like I just been a saint all 33 years of my life. I went through an extensive healing process with myself, and I was able to be honest with myself and how I landed myself in certain situations. So this dating experience for me was okay. After I done did all this healing and all this shadow work and all this stuff, let's see how much I've learned. So this was my first dating experience since I became this quote unquote new me. So when I walked in, I just had my antennas up and I told myself, okay, these are my boundaries, ankles crossed, lips tucked. I'm gonna get to know these people. And I'm gonna be sure I conduct myself a certain way, and me sticking to that and being authentic to who I am. I mean, again, once you do the work on yourself, you kind of can just see where people haven't done the work on themselves. And that's no shade, because we all, like, I'm still doing work on myself, but I'm just saying, like, this experience, I'm like, all right, I'm approaching dating very, very, very differently. And I put that lens on. Once your eyes is open to certain stuff, you can't unsee it.
Now, fair point. Who was the first person that kind of like you was like, nah, this ain't it. Come on, come on.
Now she just told you she ain't messy, Sean.
What? Okay, I'll say this. When I walked into the mixer on day one, I felt like, okay, my husband may not be here. And when I spoke to production about it, they like, listen, so as long as you're here, you might as well indulge in the process. As long as you're in the process, because even if you don't find your husband here, you may learn things about yourself. You may learn things that you still may need to work on when it comes to dating. And you may, you know, someone may grow on you. So as long as I was in the process, immersed myself in the process.
So I'm taking a cue because we never really got to get into your answer on the show. But I'm gonna take a cue from Darius. Would you do this process again? Or what was
In
that
this
question about?
in this exact format, no. Because it's too much. Like, imagine having to get up at the crack of dawn, put on hair, put on makeup, put on a dress, be the set, get off set 12, 1 o'clock, gotta it was too much. It was too, like, we spent a lot of time on set. I feel like throughout all the filming, I only had like maybe a day off. Like, I was getting pimped out. Like, I was on all the dates, it was a lot going on. So I feel like in this format, it was just way too overwhelming.
Who was your closest to a connection?
Um, my closest to a connection, I would say Bello, because again, our conversations were very fun. We talked about a lot of interesting topics. And maybe Steve too. Steve made me feel very comfortable. He was one of the very few men who, when I sat and spoke with him, he wasn't seeking my validation. He was looking to get to know me. Vince, when I was talking to him, it was, what do I need to work on? Xavier, it was, how do you feel about me? Devon, it was like, rate me 1 through 10. Steve, it was just like, what's up? How are you? Tell me about yourself.
Just had a question and it lost me just quick because it was going on what you just said. Oh, okay. At the finish, because you made history by being the first woman to have two at the end to eliminate. But if you wasn't chosen to go first, do you think one of the men might have said something towards picking you?
That's hard to say. That's hard to say. I feel like because I feel like this. I feel like men and women in this process approached it a little differently. Men approached it as men. The men were being managed, and most of the women approached it as women. So I feel like ain't no telling. Ain't no telling, because men feel like they could cross certain boundaries and it's no big deal to them. Whereas me as a woman is like, once you cross a certain boundary, that's a big deal to me. So who knows? Who knows? I just know that boundaries was crossed, and I wasn't picking no daggone body.
Ashanti, I got a question. It's you know, it's a little tricky, but I just need to. Did Bello ever try to spin the block with you after the process?
Nah, he ain't never like cut into me. Like, he might have sent a heart eyes or a fire emoji in my stories or something, but it wasn't nothing that was like just straight up cut into me. Let me call you. Let me take you out.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I don't know. I think that I know you're not going to tell us, but there was a couple of times, like that scene with your mom and Darius. Like, what did your mother say? Like, what did she say? Like when y'all was off camera, because I could tell she was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, what did she say? Like after the cameras were off, about Darius, about Bello. Like, what were her honest thoughts about those guys?
So when they first left out, she thought more men was coming out. She like, all right, who next? I'm like, that's it. That's all I got. She like, that's all you got to choose from? I'm like, yeah. My stepdad like, all right, you need to keep looking. So my stepdad, he didn't give me no explanation. He was like, you just need to keep looking. And then my mom was like, well, at least Darius, included you in his future plans. She said, Bello, he say nothing about you in his future plans, and he's also going to want you to convert. And I know you're not going to do that. So that was her synopsis of the guy. She said if she had to pick, she would pick Darius.
I love mom for that because that's the same thing I picked up myself. Hi, Lauren.
Appreciate you, Ashanti.
Appreciate you, Shanti, too. Don't worry, I've got questions for you later on, Shanti. Don't
Oh,
worry.
goodness gracious.
I'm gonna make you speak. Don't worry. Okay.
Oh, God.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I do have questions for you later on. Welcome, Lauren. Welcome to the show. This is probably an unprecedented in this thing because I never actually invite people onto the panels.
Wow.
I haven't done it actually since I think maybe like what season was it? Houston, I think it was, or whatever it was. That was the first time we did it, and we didn't do it again. But welcome. We appreciate you, and thank you for accepting the call as well. Lauren.
Hey, lay it on me.
Now you know you're my little crush.
What?
You know you're my little crush now.
How tall are
You're
you?
my
I'm
little
just
crush.
kidding.
I'm not tall enough.
Are you gonna have a spin around?
I'm 5'10".
I was to say that.
I'm 5'10".
Told you he'll spin and do a wine for you, Lauren.
I will. I promise you, I will. I'll spin.
I'm just kidding.
Don't worry, I'm ready for the spin. Don't worry, I was. But I got a question. I'm gonna go straight to the heart of the situation, Lauren.
Yes.
We need to know why you spun the block. We are confused as to why you spun the block.
All right, so I'm just gonna be transparent with you all. I can't be all the way transparent due to
of course, because the show hasn't come out.
Yeah, just due to contractual obligations, but I can speak from just being a human. I, believe it or not, have only had 1.5 boyfriends in my whole entire life. I don't have a lot of experience dating. I know people see me and they just assume. People say, "Oh, she's a man eater," or she gonna do this, she gonna get this out of you. I don't know. Like I was in a relationship for 13 years. That's where I got my children. I was sheltered. So when you put me in a situation, I'm used to just turning everybody down. Like that's my game. I just turn everybody down. They think that's cute, and that's how I get people. I don't know, right? So in this situation, I meet somebody. And I'll say this, like in the beginning, going in this process, like I've never dated multiple people at once. So I knew I wasn't gonna do a good job. So I went straight for attraction, physical attraction, like I always do. And that was Bello. When I saw Vince, he was super goofy, somebody I would walk past any day, never look at twice. And he was still one of my top 4 connections. So I'm getting to where I'm spinning the block. So eventually I started to learn, like, wait a minute, I'm making the same mistakes. Like, I'm just going for what I think is attractive, but what I actually like. And these are the things that editing doesn't show all the great things. Because at a certain point when they know you're getting off the show, they have to paint the picture like at some point we got to get her off. So we're not going to show this stuff. We're going to show the reasons why she needs to get off. Right. So they didn't show the great things that happened between Vince and I. And what I liked about Vince that a lot of people didn't see was that he was very protective. I was also raised without a father, right? There were several instances where Vince would step in and say, hold on, that's not what Lauren was talking about, or Lauren didn't mean that, or he would take up for me. And I would just literally feel like, oh my God, like I don't know, I'm not used to having somebody speak up for me. So it was something that was like, wow, this is nice. And anytime I went out with him, anytime I'm somewhere, I feel very safe. If Vince is with me, I'm going to be safe. No, I'm going to be taken care of. It was just certain things that he did that I'm used to having to be the alpha female, the masculine energy. And when I was around Vince, I felt like he's got it. He's going to take care of everything. He's going to order. He's going to make sure I get across the street. Like it was just something that I just had never had before. So, and so spinning the block, it was like, it was one of them things where it's like, I never had this. And I want to keep trying in this, because in real life, you're done after the first thing. But in this process, I'm literally doing stuff I've never done before, talking to people I've never talked to before. I'm really fully just trying to and be enthralled in this process. So that was part of it. Just don't give up so easy. Just keep trying until this is over. Yeah.
I understand not give up so easy, but after you come to realize that he is the one who actually did say the tall B.
Mm-hmm. So I wish Vince, he's so vocal about everything else. I wish he would have came out by now and explained that. And I can give you my understanding of what happened. And I will start off by saying that I do not agree with the fact that he used the term B. I don't. However, this is the way that it was explained to me. By several people. Donna co-signed on it, Darius co-signed, Bello co-signed, several people. So what happened, from my understanding, is the guys were having a talk together. This is when we all first met, and they're all just having a conversation. And this is no mics, no microphones, no cameras, no nothing. So they're assuming this is a private conversation. And what happened was the guys are like, well, Lauren only likes tall guys. So, Vince, you're the one. And he's like, oh, you said because the B is tall that I'm the person? What about the fact that she's beautiful? What about the fact that she's smart? And of course, they take that back to the girls, and the girls start adding their own stuff, and it gets all the way to, yeah, he said that B, da da da. And my thing is, we all have that uncle at the cookout, or probably friends that we talk to every day. Like, even I was on the phone the other day talking about, this motherfucker said this, and I'm like, would I ever say that to this person's face? No. But in this situation, Vince, you don't know these people, like saying that to them, and this is a competition. Of course, this was going to be blown out of proportion. However, you just should never have used the term. But can I sit here and say that's the worst thing in the world? Did he say, Lauren, you a B, F-U-B? No. But did he say that? Yes. But have I got on the phone with Ashante and even said, that motherfucker?
Listen,
You know what
I
I
called
mean?
a grown man a B word this morning, but you better not tell him I said it.
Hey, no, Ashante, stay out of this.
You get what I'm saying? I felt like this is something that, like, I'm from the Detroit. I'm actually from the hoods of Detroit. So anytime you come to one of our barbecues, you're gonna hear that word about 50,000 times. Now, is he able to sit here and, like, even when we've gone out and he'll be like, that motherfucker? I'm like, Vince, I'm a lady. Like, could you talk? Okay, you're right. It's like he talks very colorful. He has a colorful language. But do I feel like it was coming from a place where he was trying to be? You get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like he was like, that bitch. It wasn't that. So he hasn't ever since then. He tries not to. He barely cusses around me, because I'll look at him, and it's like it wasn't like he's like, F that, that's who I am, and you gonna be a B. I feel like he understood where I was coming from. He learned from his mistakes, so we can move forward. But of course, for TV purposes, this got turned into, I can't believe she on him after he called her. I didn't call people worse, and I'm not saying that's okay. I'm telling you, he shouldn't have said it. He shouldn't have used the word. But from my understanding, it wasn't like never give him another shot because of the way that situation played out.
One last question before Seaway and Sean jump back in, because I still have to put this question to you directly.
Mm-hmm.
What happened between you and the ladies that turned you public enemy number one?
Ooh. Can I say the same thing as Shantae says? I'm just kidding. So, gosh. So I'll let me try to put this in the right way. I don't know how to put this in the right way. Here's what I feel like. I feel like some people, a good deal of people, came into this process like as if it was a game. Like, we're gonna play this like a game, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna make it to the end, and blah blah blah. Now you got this outsider me that's like, I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? I get it. This is your guy, and that's your guy, and that's your guy. But actually, those four are my guys. And I'm not about to be bullied into no games, or I don't care who you think is the HBIC. I don't care who the minions are. I don't know none of y'all. I'm here to figure out who I like. So I'm not going to allow anybody to sway my, make me feel some type of way or bully me into not dealing with whoever I want to deal with. So naturally I become the enemy because I'm not playing those games with y'all. I thought we were all here to try to date and find love. I didn't know this was such a game for everybody. So it just turned into it turned into just, I'm the outsider. In fact, I was never going to bring this up, but like during the actual reunion, I had my own private dressing room. Everybody else was in the dressing room together. Like it got like that. And it's disappointing that it got like that over people we've known for 6 weeks. I think that when you're an independent thinker, when you're an independent person and you can't be bullied, it just turns you into an enemy. I'm not bad looking. The guys did like me. My name came up as people's tops several times. Little black book. Like, I think when you're confident and when you don't bow to different people, it really rubs people the wrong way to the point where they gotta make up stuff. Let's all say this, let's say that. There was never a real reason for somebody to not like me. You know what I mean? I think their issues were always with their guys, but they would kind of project them onto me as if I was the issue. And it was so bad that guys would call me and say, such and such said you didn't like my flowers. I'm like, I never said that. Or such and such said you didn't like any of us. I'm like, damn, I never said. It was like I had to keep like working overtime just to have, you know what I mean, just to have a decent time with these people. And at the time where I almost got eliminated, there was a rumor going around that, like, I don't know who started it, but they had to pull me to the side. Like, somebody said that you weren't going to pick any of us and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn. So I literally almost went home that time. So people was working overtime to get me out of the mix. So I don't have a real issue like with any of these people besides the fact that this, like, which I'm going to address this weekend on my show, some of the lies, the falsehoods that have been told. That's all I'm going to do is speak up for myself. And, I'm not going to allow bullying to happen. Not as 40-year-old adults. I can't. So, yeah.
Thank you. I'm good for right now.
See, right? Well,
Hey, everyone. Well, look, I was watching the show when you guys were asking all the questions. So
we just started, so feel free.
Oh, I didn't miss much. Okay. Well, that was a crazy reunion. My jaw was on the floor. I was trying to speed up. Lauren, there was something you were talking about it with Ed on your show, which I watch. It's really good.
Thank you.
But you and Ed are really y'all are a good duo. He was absolutely ridiculous with that rag comment though. That kind of that was so terrible, so inappropriate. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Do you feel to the point? Okay, so I see what you're saying with the bullying. It seemed like people, especially Shannon, which I can't figure out why. Maybe you could shed light on that. Have like this unnatural like allegiance with Dominique. It does seem like there's a couple of the women on the cast that feel the need to kind of kiss her butt. I think it's a little weird, but also, and I think maybe, I'm not saying you're not a girl's girl, but there seemed to be a point on the show, like with the Bellows situation, and you talked about it on your show, where I think most people would have read the room and fell back, but you wanted him to say it in front of Dom and other people. Yeah. Do you feel like that was a point now where you think, maybe you could have fallen back? Because I can see why Dominique, she should be agitated with her man, but I also see why she would be agitated with you too. Because I think if it was me, I would have just back.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to personality. Yeah, these girls were treacherous to me the whole entire time. It was not a good experience when it came to me and the ladies. At the point where I was done with Bello after the house when so there was a conversation that we had, and the way they chopped it up, they didn't show me saying, "Hey, I heard your bags were in Dominique's room," and he said, "What? I didn't know that. I'm getting those out. I'm not staying in her room." And then some stuff happened. Long story short, bags ended up back in the room. I was done after that. But somehow, some way, I ended up at the date meeting his brother. And at that point, I was so irritated of the back and forth of, but it wasn't about, it's never been about Dominique for me, ever. Like, I'm one of those people, like, if my relationship is with you, like, these people shouldn't even be an issue. Me and you should have so much clarity. So when Dominique keeps interjecting in the conversation, I'm trying to get to know Bello through his brother and talk to Bello, and she keeps interjecting. I just wanted to hey, let's just clear this up right now. Because are we a connection or no, Bello? Because if he says no, I could just get up out of here right now. We could just go and we could end this. I don't have to deal with all this. Or you could just say we're a connection so that your other connection can stop questioning me as if you guys are a married couple or something. Like, she doesn't have the authority or the right to be asking me all this stuff. So I just wanted to hold Bello accountable in that moment, so that he could say, because at the end of the day, if you're in this process, you're not supposed to be in a relationship, right? Because otherwise you would have just said, "Hey, I found my person," right? So at this point, you should be able to have multiple connections and it be okay. So now if it's something different, say that right now. Don't say it to her and not say it to me, or don't say something different over there. Say it so that we all can hear it. So it for me, it was holding him accountable. Like, be clear, provide clarity on what's happening, because why am I here at this point? So that's what I was getting with. I never had to try to, like, make Dominique feel no. She felt some type of way since she's seen me. Okay. So she was never a thing for me. It was more so him, holding him accountable for the games that he was playing. So I get most people would have said, I don't even need to ask, but I am thoroughly pissed off that the world never holds these men accountable. And it's always the woman. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you? Why can't this man up and say, "Hey, I don't F with you like that, Lauren. I like you, but I think you're more of a friend." Why can't he be clear? You know what I mean? That's how I was feeling in that moment.
And I guess to that, and this is for you and Ashante, I feel like I know Ashante's answer. Hey, girl. Were y'all actually ever taking Bello seriously? Because I'm confused.
Let me grab my notes. Let me grab my notes.
I'll tell you how I feel. Because I think that the one good thing that comes out of this process is that you identify where you need to work on in yourself, right? What you need to work on. And what I needed to work on is, I was so fixated on, I said before, I know you said you watched the podcast where Afro Nation kept coming to Detroit with all these gorgeous African men, and they was fine, tall, they could dance. So I had already had that in the back of my head, like, I need to add that on my list of things to do, right? So when I saw Bello, it was a selfish thing. I physically was attracted to him. I wanted him on my list of things to do, right? So it was constantly ignoring stuff like, nah, because I still want that. Like, did I take him serious? Like, could I ever see us together? Absolutely not. But did I selfishly still keep him around for selfish reasons? Yes. But I'm glad that it worked out the way it worked out, because you see how it all worked out.
Okay, that's fair. Ashante?
What I'm going to say is, we were encouraged. So as long as we were in the process, to fully immerse ourselves in the process, therefore I was doing my best at doing my best. I was doing my best with what I had.
Okay, and there wasn't a lot there. But that leads me to my next question. We talked about Ed being emotionally unavailable. It seems like Steven was the most normal person on the show, but what was the issue with connecting with him? Was it him not being emotionally unavailable? Because he seemed to be really the only normal person, I think.
Yeah, we cussed Steve out tonight, so.
Yeah, we did.
You said you cussed him out?
A little bit, playfully. The thing with Steve was he would do things and say things, but wouldn't back it up with any pressure, right? So it was a lot of flirting, a lot of compliments, a lot of playful conversations, but there was also no, like, he wouldn't back it up romantically. And when we had a discussion at the, what was it, the Motown party, he was saying that, I would think something in my mind, but I have a hard time expressing those things to the person I'm romantically involved with. So it's like, what's a relationship without romance, or what's a relationship without, a little bit of pressure being applied? We was in the house. I'm ashy as hell. I'm like, Steve, can you put some lotion on my legs? And he's like freaking out because I asked him to put lotion on my knees. And it's like, all right, it's like, okay, you just like to talk.
Okay, yeah, that would agitate me.
Yeah, you can't lotion my knees, brother. Come on,
Like,
man.
Wait
I'm
a minute.
ashy on
Wait a
national
minute.
TV.
Wait. Nah.
Yeah, Sean is puzzled by this because
I
Sean
don't.
was
I'm
like, "I
not.
would grab
I
the
don't
lotion
even
so
stutter.
fast."
And this isn't. Don't accuse me of ableism. They get very political on this channel. But I am stuttering. Like what? You asked him to put some lotion, mind you. I follow you on IG. I saw the dress, baby girl. Like the legs were doing what they're supposed to do. You mean you let that man? You gave him a shot to just rub some lotion on your legs,
Yep.
and he looked stuck.
Yep. That was my way of trying to see, like, okay, are you gonna back up? Like, I feel like that's PG-13-ish. I wasn't asking for nothing crazy
Listen,
outside of, like, even with Steve, when we would have conversations, I'd be like, okay, can the conversation get a little deeper? Like, I would even ask permission, like, can we? And he'd be like, yeah, I'm cool with that. So it's like, okay, in real life though, are we applying the pressure? We weren't applying the pressure. We weren't applying the lotion. We were just painting succulents.
yo, I'm packing up my Sherlin and I'm headed over to Detroit right now.
My
I
Shirley.
got
You
lotion
need
for
the
you.
buffs too, Sean. You need the buffs.
Right.
I ain't got no dead foxes and coyotes to throw at you, but
You can get one of those here. They everywhere.
Okay, so wait before we leave Stephen.
And I have one
So
more day, so go
oh,
ahead.
okay. It's because there's a rumor. I'm not gonna put the rumor out there that's Stephen's story to tell or whatever. But do you ladies feel there was some type of blockage, probably preventing him from even providing that pressure?
I'll say this because I think I had a slightly different relationship with Steve. I went into this in my real life, I'm super private. He seems like he's very super private too. So we were having a lot of moments that weren't filmed that were like I always told him, like, Matrix is my favorite movie. And Steve and I were one of the two people that were really going with the process, like not seeing people outside. And so I'm like, oh, when we get to the house, we're gonna watch a movie. So we cuddled, we watched a movie on the couch. He was perfectly fine. I thought he was, obviously I had my boundaries. So that was it. We just watched a movie on the couch, but I don't see the stuff that I'm hearing. I also feel like his person wasn't there. I also feel like him and I had the same impression of what this was supposed to be. Even when we both sat there, I was like, I thought when we got in the house, this is when the connections were supposed to deepen. I didn't know when we got here, people was already did
Keep it cute. Keep it cute.
I didn't know people had already decided who they liked more than others, So we thank you. So I think that he was more taken aback. I also feel like he liked somebody and found out that they were too deep in a situation. So I feel like he's not one of those people that's going to let me force a connection so I can make it to the end. I think he was genuinely like, ooh, I like these people. And now that I'm seeing what's happening, I'm straight on all these people, which I can respect because people had admitted to me, I've done too much too soon. And guess what? Nobody wants to touch you now. Trying to keep it cute. Thanks, Ashante.
Well, speaking of too much too soon, the last question I have is for Nicole, especially for Lauren, and Ed. Did people really receive Nicole's level of delusion, her situation with Ed, and this situation with Ashante, the situation with Vince and Donna, because I feel like she actually did what they accuse you of doing, Lauren, and it seems like I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to understand that and what people kind of feel, since I don't think they're going to touch on that, you know, after that whole situation with you know, Donna and Vince. And why is Vince with Nicole? I have so many questions. I'm sorry, it's a compound question,
so here's the deal. It's so funny that I did not. First and foremost, let me be very clear. Vince left the experience single and ready to mingle. He was not in a committed relationship, and he was also not exclusively dating Donna, and she was fully aware of that. Okay, let's just start there. Number two, I didn't know that happened with Nicole till literally
that day, that time.
Vince is walking out. I had just walked out of the confessional with him. And so right when I said, that's why I was looking like, are you serious? He literally just was in there apologizing to me, which obviously they didn't show. And then Nicole is literally saying, me and Vince did whatever. I was shocked. And the reason I was shocked is because I thought Vince was very transparent with me as well. I didn't ask him specifics about who are you talking to? Just, you're dating people, I'm dating people. And I'm not sleeping with you, kissing you, doing anything physical until after this show comes out. Thank God. Thank God, right? And so I talked to Nicole that day after the reunion was filmed, and she's like, girl, Vince literally told me, like, I am single. So I don't have to answer to anybody, because I was shocked. I'm like, why are you sitting here getting questioned by these people as if you talking to some married man? That's why I was sitting there. I didn't see, the girls didn't tell me that they all left so they could have a private conversation. Obviously, I was an outcast. So I just walked in on them and sat down and kicked my feet up on the couch. Like, what the hell's going on in here? And I'm seeing them talking, answering. I wouldn't even been answering questions to Donna. Like, girl, I'm talking to him just like you talking to him. But I don't know what Vince was thinking, but I hate that Nicole got herself into that situation. But, and I don't even know if this is the question, but I just know she was under the impression that the same as me, Vince was single, and he doesn't have to answer to anybody about what he's deciding to do. And he wasn't sneaking around doing it. I get it. You wanted to know if it was Nicole or Lauren, but you knew that this wasn't that. He said, I choose you in this process. Let's see where it goes.
Okay, so I know you wasn't here for the beginning when me and Kojo was talking, and I came in and I told, because I had got on you, Lauren. You know I love you, because you know we light skin, tall, and you know you my twin, twin in there. But what prompted you to go to Donna's shop and tell her that you and Vince been kicking it?
You want to know what's so funny? So there were only two girls that I actually liked on this season that I liked, and that was Donna and Ashante. Me and Donna, we shared bedrooms at the getaway, and we were cool. We actually kept it light, but we would mention our connections. Our top two connections were Steve and Vince, both of us. That's what we shared in common. But we kept it cute, kept it classy. We were not friends, right? So after, and this is why I would never look at Donna the same. So here, catch this tea, everybody. I had mad respect for her to the point that, obviously in real life, we're not on the show anymore. I'm not about to call this woman Sheila, whatever their names are, girl, you know. But if I ever run into Donna, I'm not about to not have a conversation with her. So I went to my favorite coffee shop, which I'm going to be posting receipts, been going there for the last four years, I think. 8 a.m. in the morning. And it's so funny because Vince knew I was going there. And I knew he sounded weird. He's like, okay, have a good day. Hung up. I went to the coffee. He couldn't even say, Lauren, why don't you go somewhere else? He knew exactly where I was going. And I guess she goes there a lot. So anyway, I get there, 8 a.m., got my computer out. Donna walks in. And she goes, hey, girl. I'm like, oh, hey, girl. Oh, she's a little too happy to see me. She must not know that I'm dating Vince. So I say, hey, I think we need to have a conversation. She like, okay, let's catch up. I'm like, and this is one of those coffee shops that has a bar. So I'm like, why don't we go grab a espresso martini shot? Oh, it's one of them. I'm like, it's one of them conversations. Because I'm not about to be fake and see you at this coffee shop and not tell you what's going on. So she sits down. I'm not going to tell the whole story because I'm going to get into it on my show. But long story short, I let her know, hey, you know I'm dating Vince, right? she basically like, dang, that's why he been acting weird lately. That's why he ain't been around. He ain't answered last night. Yep, he was hanging out with me last. So when she get on this show and say she ran down the list of people she been dating from the show, it's some bullshit. I dated one person. She did so much. The whole low self-esteem, telling me all the things she done did for him and the stuff she do, and talking about how many dates you been on. I only been on 3, baby. Multiply that, okay? Like, have you kissed? No, I'm not doing none of the stuff you're doing. So to sit up there on national TV and claim that I have low self-esteem and all this stuff, that really bothered me because I really spared her. I didn't tell any of the things that she said out her mouth to me. Baby girl, I'm in love. I'm not going nowhere. I said, I will break up with him today and you can have him. And that is what I did for her. So to get on that show and say the stuff she said as if I'm picking up some crumbs, like, here, you can have him back. I didn't even think you existed after the show because I didn't know. Here. So it's the day he chose Donna. Like I said, I was not seeing these guys outside the show. I was hanging out with Ashante, and I'm going to leave her out of this because I know she don't want to be in it. I said, Ashante, guess what? I'm about to go see Vince. All right, me and Ashante break off. Vince pulls up to me and got on that red outfit. And I'm like, let's go to the rooftop. He's like, Donna starts FaceTime and calling. I'm like, did you pick Donna? Yeah. Okay, well, have a nice life, Vince. Good job. See ya. Goodbye. I'm thinking we about to have a ball now. You're not on the show no more. Let's hang out. So at least he came and said, but I guess she must have been sitting there waiting on that dinner he was talking about. I don't know. So he called me to text me the next day. I just respond dry. Text me the next day, just respond dry. FaceTime me the next day. So finally I call him like, are you insane? You picked this woman on national TV. He's like, hold on. Let me explain to you. This ain't that. I am a single man. I am dating multiple people. You're dating. Why can't we continue dating? This is real life. I called a couple friends. Of course, girl, you always giving up too fast. You don't fight for nothing. And I go, okay, fine. I call him back. Sure, let's date. Had a ball after that. Obviously, it didn't work out. That's fine. I mean, you could tell that wasn't going to work out. He should work out with Donna. Donna is the perfect person for him. But at the end of the day, the way that she portrayed that to be, if you want to know who has low self-esteem, it's not me.
So were those the same friends from the show?
No, there was multiples. They were all like, is he single? So he's not in a relationship. So F that TV show. And a lot of people played the game on the TV show. So a lot of this stuff wasn't real. But this is real life, guys. After the show is done filming, now here comes the real life.
Because I was about to say, Lauren, you need different friends because your friends giving you bad advice. If it's
I gave good advice.
I hope they were.
Ashante said, don't put me in that category.
I gave good advice.
Did you tell her, Ashanti, to leave Vince alone?
I didn't ask Ashante.
But did she know you were dating Vince?
Yes. Yeah, she was not a fan of him to begin with. So I
need to listen going forward. Please listen to Ashanti. I beg of you.
I do my best. And so just to be clear, I don't need to stalk down or pull up on her at a coffee shop. Like, this is not a big city, guys. And I did not like the way she portrayed that to be. Everybody knows I go to these coffee shops. This is what I do on a regular basis. My office is a coffee shop. So all that. And then you could just see from the projection of it all of like, and then Lauren this, and she's this, is that. It's like your frustration should be with the guy that you thought had your back, or the guy like I have nothing for you, and it's not even no side chick, no second choice, nothing. Okay, like this is nothing to do with that. This is not my man. I'm not sleeping with him. I have nothing. I could walk away today and sleep so good tonight.
Like, wait, Lawrence, I have a question. Did you explain to her kind of that you didn't know that she was picked, and as soon as you found out, you were kind of curving him?
I said, were you not under the impression that you guys were not together after you? Well, yeah, you knew he was dating other people, right? Yeah. Okay, so your issue is that you just didn't know it was me. Right. So that's where her issue came in. Just like basically the same as Nicole. Like, I didn't know it was somebody in the experience, which I do feel like that's a conversation between them two that they needed to have if that was their understanding. But for me, and like I told Donna, all the things that she told me she was doing for him, you're doing a whole lot for somebody who's not your man, who doesn't claim you to be an exclusive partner of his. That's not my responsibility. And that's just how I feel. So I don't know what else, to say
But don't
about
you think if you would have explained it to her like you just explained it to us, would she have responded differently? Because the way you just explained it doesn't sound like something that someone would be angry. But if you explain it like you just did a second ago, I can see why she would be
I
agitated.
explained it exactly the way that I just explained it. And that's why I feel towards her, because I literally was like, now that I know how deep you guys are, I'm going to cut that off, because he told me he wasn't sleeping with nobody. He told me he wasn't. And now that I know he's lying, you can have him. I'm actually going to break it off today. And she leaves, drives all the way to go see Dominique, make up a lie and say, Lauren's been dealing with Bello, and starts to mess with me and her, starts lying. Then she lies on this TV. That's where I'm pissed. I'm like, I literally did this for you. I literally did this out of like, damn, like I didn't know they was like that, because I didn't know she existed. I didn't know she existed anymore. I promise you, I couldn't tell. So it was like, now that I know, here, you can have them. So for her to do that, I just thought was just like, that's fucked up. I guess I could have just kept hanging out and having a ball. But
So, Lauren, one second.
Okay,
Let me
go
jump
ahead.
in real
You got
quick.
it. You got it.
So in the teaser, if you can tell us, the confessional, Donna says that there's some text messages that show that you were talking to Vince even after you told her you wouldn't. Is that going to come out? And are there text messages that show you continue to have communication with him after you and her had that convo?
Well, I was going there, Sean. Thank you.
So, okay, so the timeline, it's been such a long time. I'll tell you what, I was just at the spa with Vince a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe a month ago. We've gone out to dinner. We've hung out as friends since then. Vince has had a whole nother woman since this Donna situation. He's been in a relationship. So we have been friends since then. Like I said, when you haven't slept with somebody, it's not hard to then flip it as in general, he's a cool dude. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have beef with him up until now. But what I'm saying is, if there's messages of me talk, I couldn't tell you. You wouldn't see anything like, hey, can me and you hang out, or can me and you this? You wouldn't see anything like that. I don't know what receipts. I don't even know what he could have showed her to even make this make sense. I really don't know. But I will tell you this. I am the type of person, and this is during the time we were actually dating. I don't know about this after I stopped dating him situation. I think maybe we went to the gym a couple times. I'm not sure. We did work out together a few times. But I will say that I am the type of person that, and this is just me in general, I do call first. I do, and no, I didn't call him to try to date him, but after we were dating, I do call like, hey, I want to go here. And he goes, yes. Hey, I want to do this. Okay, yes. I am like that. I do like to have a little like control. So I am used to calling, but the person has to pick up and say yes. You get what I'm saying? The person has to, I mean, if in with her logic, it would have to say, Lauren, do not call me. No, I cannot talk to you. I will not. It's a reach to even try to. You called him. I don't have a gun. I can't pick this big grown man up and tell him to meet me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying him $1 million to come do nothing. So it's like, during that time frame, I doubt that that's the case, but I couldn't tell you, but I haven't dated him since then. I have not dated Vince romantically since the time I told her you can have him. If that makes sense.
Two questions for you.
Sure.
First one is, what was it that had you continue to give Vince so many chances? That slick comment, I understand how you explained it. I get it. But it still was a slick comment, still was disrespectful. Gave him a chance there. You found out he was dating Donna, kind of like being not forthright with you. Although it wasn't, you guys hadn't like crossed the intimate boundary. What was it that you just kept giving him chances? Was there you felt like a real connection with him? Was there friendship? Like what was it there?
More friendship. I don't think again, after that conversation with Donna at the coffee shop, it has never been romantic ever. So I don't and I think I see the comments where people say people want to be able to say that they won and stuff. I don't know what type of psychotic people these people deal with in these comments. Like, I don't know what you actually win. Like, again, these people,
in this show, I would have never in my life imagined ever being around or talking to, or, you know, you get, like I said, if I saw Vince at a Whole Foods, I would be like, excuse me, could you pass me the ketchup? I would never be like, oh, and by the way, could, you know, I wouldn't try to talk to these people. I don't think you win anything. So I get like, so people, I like when I keep saying projection, it's just so insane the way that people think. Like, I don't feel like I won a thing. Making it to the end of the show, you don't win a thing. Like, I don't deal with a lot of people. So after getting to know Vince, okay, we're not good romantically. I don't remember how we started being cool again, but like we did have some good friendship moments. I'm not gonna say he's a friend of mine, because like we literally, as of my birthday party this last Sunday, I think we just fell out 2 to 3 days ago. So it's like it was not romantic since then. We're just not friends and we're not cool anymore. Yeah, like Vince has been around. Like, yeah.
Lauren. What get? Sorry, Sean. Sorry, Sean. Continue.
Yeah. This last one is my famous question. I'm gonna take you off the hot seat a little bit. Just kind of looking out how some things you and you know I like you too, Lauren. You know I do. And the people that I like, I hold them in high regard. So, I just want to know, like, just looking back, and your explanations, I get them. What would you say? Okay, if I could just rewrite this all, looking back how it played out, I wouldn't do that.
I probably would have took a look around the first mixer and then walked right on back out. Like, I think I made a mistake.
I'm screaming.
Just scrap the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, just cut this all out. Because I forced myself to really, truly, you know, like I always describe it as like, you know, Shallow Hal, the movie. It's like I'm trying to really dig deep and get to know people for who they are, not, you know, how tall or the tall was the thing, but like how much they got or what they do. I'm really trying to get to know you as a person, except that Bello situation, again, was physical attraction. But I just, yeah, I would have probably just left because it wasn't my thing. These aren't the type of guys I usually date. Let alone fight over. That's the way like that stuff is insane. I need you guys to quit.
Yeah, I got you.
I just think when we were talking about holding men accountable, you were talking about you wanted to ask Bello the questions because we got to hold men accountable. And maybe this is just me because people say my boundaries. I got boundaries of steel. I don't think we can hold men accountable when we give them our friendship. To me, Vince should have been cut off like all the way. Like, we can't be friends with people like Vince. The way he talks, the way he communicates, him and his sassy sidekick brother.
Ooh, you're right.
I'm so sorry. And I'm just saying, I feel like boundaries, like to hold men accountable, people like Vince, Bello and his scamming, and all of this other stuff, and then Mr. Fur Fox, they shouldn't have friendships. Because
wait, what's wrong with Darius?
Anybody walking around, that's just discernment for me. If you're walking around with a fox that's not a fox or could be a fox or a Pomeranian, you can't be nowhere around me because I don't trust you. Why are you doing that?
Well, I understand you about Bello and Vince. But you know, obviously my interaction, my experience with Darius has been completely different than what I have seen the world to depict him of. But I 100% agree with you about the boundaries that I should have had with Vince and the boundaries that I should have had with Bello 1000%. And I feel like hindsight is 2020. And I feel like it took me way too long to figure that out. And it's definitely, like I said, a lesson learned. And I think you do learn things after this process. Like, just looking back, like, what were you doing? Like, why would you keep doing that? So I 100%, and I'm not going to say who, certain people kept saying, why are you talking to this person? Why are you entertaining this person? Why are y'all hanging out? Why? And I would just be like, oh, he's cool. And so just hearing you say that, it's super confirmation that this should have happened a long time ago.
I just hear a lot of the women on the show say, oh, that wasn't my experience. And so we give passes. But I think for me, I learned from other women's pain. And so you won't have the opportunity to do that to me. Like, for example, with Darius, not saying you had the benefit of this, right? Because this was after the show. But if I would have saw that white lady give her story about whatever happened with Darius and a marriage and maybe this or that, That's pretty much all I need. Like, I'm not finna circle around and figure out for myself. You know, there's some people, you have different quirks, you know, like maybe Steven or Cardi, there were different quirks and things like that. But once you have too many red flags to me with another woman, I don't care what your relationship is with me. Like, you're done. You're cooked. Because that's how these men actually get away with things. They'll be nice to one woman and trash to another. And then the other woman would be like, well, that wasn't my experience, until it's your experience.
I think for me, not looking at Darius in a romantic way has kept a certain level of I'm not gonna say distance, but like I'm kind of, I've never experienced, like, I've seen him plenty of times now, and I feel bad because I do have friends that are victims of just stuff that happened to Darius. I've had things happen where people try to just run my name through the mud, okay? Make up the craziest shit. And if people are sitting here listening to that stuff and then completely write me off because of a hate train or something somebody did, it would mess me up. So I value people who will sit there and say, hey, look, I heard this, but I'm gonna get to know you for you. And if you show me any sign of that, I'm gone. But I'm just one of those people that just, again, if I in person had ever seen Darius do any of that type of stuff or see that, I don't like seeing people get tore down the way that certain people on this cast has just been dragged through the mud. I don't like it.
Well, you know, listen, I mean, I was flabbergasted. I was clutching my Shannon pearls around my neck at that point.
Don't do Shannon, because you know she don't like you.
Can I just speak on that real quick? Because that's crazy.
What, the pearls? Wow. Feel free.
Okay, because here I'm so shocked. I didn't know we had beef. Like, literally, I didn't know.
Oh, you and Shannon, you have beef?
Well,
apparently.
I'm a vegetarian. I mean, she got beef, but I guess I'm on the plate. So I do know that I'm thinking this is where it came from, because I had no idea. And it's so funny because I'm one of those people, like how Ashante said, one of my best impressions when I first met Ashante and I knew, I was like, I like her. She came to me and said, hey, I just want to be clear. Like she said that story earlier, and I appreciated her for that. Like, oh, she thought it was an issue. She wanted to clear it up. I'm just like that. So I called Dominique several times. Hey, I heard you had a problem. Girl, we good. We ain't got no problem. So if I thought there was an issue with Shannon, I would have been cleared that up, right? So after hearing that she got beef after leaving the show, I'm shocked. I'm like, where is all this coming from? People sending me clips. And I think what it's stemming from, I think that people don't like to take like accountability or be real with themselves. I think that I know for a fact Steven did not like Shannon in the way that she wanted him to like her. I think that the obvious target, instead of saying, hey, dang, he didn't like me, it's, oh, Lauren. It's like, I don't know what I have to do with their situation. This is just what I'm guessing, because she's never called me. She has my number. She's never said, hey, I got an issue with you, or hey, can we talk about this or that? It's just the weirdest thing. I know I've made like small, lightweight conversations with her, just seeing her from here to here, but stop talking about I'm asking her for advice on how to get a man to like. We're not even what would work for her would not work for me. You get what I'm saying? So if I said something like that, it was probably some lightweight small talk, sitting down there waiting on whenever they're gonna call us out to whatever. Somehow I'm calling her, asking if Steven answer. I'm talking to Steven 2-3 hours every single night and before he goes to work in the morning. So the thing is like, I've never looked at Shannon as competition. I've never looked at Shannon as, I barely even remember Shannon on the show. So for her to come on here and just be Lauren and call me a colorist, like, it's one thing to just make up weird stuff, but defamatory statements, I'm a business owner. Okay. I come from a family of 99% darker hue. I'm like one of the light-skinned people in my whole entire family. Like, you cannot go around saying things like that. I have clients. My children get fed through the business I do. I'm like, what could ever be that serious that you would sit here and start to spew these type of things as a professional woman and not even one time called me to say, hey, I have an issue. Can we clear this up?
To me, it's all for show. I feel like these girls are reaching. I feel like they're trying to have a moment, a spinoff. I think they think this is Bad Girls Club. I honestly feel like she thinks I have something to do with the fact that Steven didn't like her. I have nothing to do with that. Steven liked Ashanti. Steven liked Donna. Like, I don't have anything to do with that. That's the only thing I could possibly think that she could have an issue with me for. Because other than that, at one point, Steve had to move me. We were in the backyard of the big house, and Shannon was peeking in the window down at us in the dark, and we had to move somewhere else. At one point, Bello told me she was creeping around the house looking for us. Like, weird stuff. So I think that it had something to do with Steve, but that has nothing to do with me. And that's the only thing I could think of. Other than that, she hasn't told me anything. She just gets on these podcasts and runs her mouth. It gets played like a puppet by Ina and Dom, and it's really sad because she's such a beautiful professional woman, and I hate to see her go out like that.
Well, I think we know why there's beef now. you said you ain't had no beef, but that I don't know.
It's sizzling.
That sounds like a healthy porterhouse to me. But I'm gonna sit back and mind my business. I'm gonna stay out of women's business. I'm gonna try my best. You know?
My only problem, the only problem I have is going around to spread the truth. Don't make up stuff about me. Don't do that. That's weird.
Did I fast forward through that part of the reunion? Was that in the reunion? I missed it. What you said that?
No, but you could just tell by some of her chiming in on certain aspects because they like to go to Shannon's face every time it turns to Lauren or something. They turn to Shannon's face.
I just missed the colorist part. I didn't hear that.
That wasn't on the reunion, was it?
No,
She's on
a podcast that people have been sending me clips to saying these things publicly with no text from me saying I don't like brown skinned women, no proof, just saying stuff, and it's just not okay. It's not okay.
I hear that still, I hear that still. Yeah. Sorry, Jay, do you have a question? Go for it.
No, because I was about to go there, but I was like, I don't know if I want to go here because I love when people would be like, there's no such thing as reverse colorism and all this, but I'm just like,
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. It's called projection. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like these people have trauma that they haven't, like maybe like when they were in kindergarten and their boyfriend left them for somebody that was fair complected, and now every girl in the world that's light skinned is a terrible person. I think they all that. It's like there's no real tangible evidence to what you're saying, and that's like I said, it's not okay. Go ahead and just tell all the truths about me, but don't make up weird things like that. It's super psychotic.
I think there technically there's not reverse colorism. So just for factual purposes, what there is there's prejudice, there's bullying, there are there's other things that are happening, but as somebody who is light skinned or light skin adjacent, depending on who you ask, there is a different treatment. Sometimes there's disparate treatment based on the privilege that comes with people that are of a lighter shade, right? Because the colorism. Wait, let me finish.
No, but I just want to clarify one small part. It's assumed privilege.
No, and the thing is, there is privilege that comes with being a lighter shade, because that's also attached to white supremacy, where and colorism is the offshoot of that. So they're all attached and they all have their root in racism. And it's just like there's no reverse racism, because the power and the privilege is in the people that are given different benefits, just like lighter, we can't dispel it. Lighter skinned Black people were given certain privileges, and that has trickled down. And is it the same as it was 40, 50, 60, 100 years ago? No, but there are still privileges that come along with that. And yes, do some other Black people that are not light skinned look at lighter skinned people and haze them, bully them, do other things? Yes, but that's not a reverse of colorism. It is other things that aren't good.
Can I just mention what I really think it is? I think that there's a such thing as pretty privilege and there's a such thing as pretty punishment, okay? And I'm sure another round, I think that that you understand exactly what I'm saying. People think you get it so good. Oh, she's pretty, so guys just like her. Oh, she's pretty, so she gets in to do this and do that. Oh, I can't stand her. She thinks she all that. It's like, no, you think I'm all that. You don't know. I have struggles over here. I got stuff going on over here too. This ain't, you know what I mean? And to me, it comes down to like skin tones. You could be a gorgeous dark skinned woman. You could be an interesting looking dark skinned woman. You could be a gorgeous light skinned woman. Like you could be an interesting looking light skinned woman. I don't think it even has anything to do with color. I think it has everything to do with art. Do people feel intimidated when they come around you because they think you look good? And now let's treat her like crap and try to make it work. Like it's just,
yeah, I think
that's what
fair.
it comes down to for me. I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's more fair, and I'm not gonna say there's reverse colorism, because technically it's colorism and it just affects all Black people, period, regardless. And it goes both ways. And as another person who is predominantly the only one of the few people that is light skinned in a particular part of my family, or whatever, because I do have like two parts where one is multicolored and the other one is mostly dark. There is a treatment that is in there because of colorism. So I'm not going to say that it is reversed on us or whatever and stuff like that, but there is a treatment because the typical thing is that I have a certain privilege, which I don't actually have. Because as long as I have nigga features, excuse my French on here, as long as those features exist in my face, I don't get a privilege. I don't get the pass. You feel me? So that's why I kind of didn't want to tap into it before, because we start going down a whole different road or whatever, where we start going back and forth with each other and it'd be like, oh, it's not this can't exist this way and stuff like that. But it actually does. Because there's a feeling that's inside of some people that still is harboring this thing from slavery and all this stuff like that, of the privilege that those people got then. They assume that we still get these privileges now, because if I get pulled over by the police right now, it's not going to matter. I'm still not fair enough. My hair is still not straight enough. My nose is still not narrow enough. My lips are still not thin enough to pass. I don't get El Paso. I don't get that. I don't get none of that. So there's still going to be some treatment or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm just going to be used as an example of I'm still, you Black, period. You feel me? So I won't say it's reverse colorism, but it's a form of colorism that is still up in there that we still deal with. And I'm kind of like sick of it, because I hate the fact that you automatically assume that I don't know what a darker skinned woman goes through when I sit here and look at my sisters go through things all day long. And I can't do nothing about it. Whereas I have my own struggles that they don't even understand. And we're literally blood sisters.
I just want to clarify, there's colorism, there's featureism, there's texturism, all rooted in white supremacy. And so, you may be lighter hue, but have nigga features. You may be darker hue, but have straight hair. And, all the different combinations. And anything that leans you closer to what is closer to white or white presenting, naturally in our society that we live in will give you some type of privilege. And I think the term privilege is what actually trips white people up as well. Because when I hear poor white trash people say, oh, I don't have any privileges, they're not understanding that it doesn't mean that you access those privileges. It means that you are given. The society that we live in allows you to have certain privileges. But I do recognize that, your features and the texture of your hair, as well as your skin, also plays into this conversation. And in general, it's just all kind of, unfortunate. But I just want to clarify that those three things exist. And featureism is something that's very heavy as well. So just want to put that out there.
No. See, wait, me, you, and a few other people when the time when we had this whole issue going on with the the DC season, and we had Seaway join me on a panel with Camille and a few other ladies from that season, and we all had this discussion and how it breaks down and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, I don't want to bring it up, but it's still rooted in some of that or whatever and stuff. That's why I said earlier today that it's not all that, because of course Lauren and Donna are about the same complexion. So there we start going into the aesthetics of it all. She's tall, she's slim, she's this, so it's gonna be this type of thing or whatever. So I do agree with you, Lauren, on the fact that it was more so that your beauty intimidated theirs, not to take away from any of theirs, because I think they're all beautiful women or whatever. But sometimes we do see other beautiful women and start to compare ourselves to them when we shouldn't. It's like, I should be able to see you and say you're a beautiful woman, but I recognize that I'm just as beautiful myself.
Yeah. I think another thing that comes into play that people don't see is, and I want to just make this very general because I don't want to target anybody on this. Say there's two beautiful women, and one beautiful woman has already then gave up the cookies and did all this stuff, and the chase is gone, the thrill is gone. It's like you done did all this and you thought by doing this, I'm locking this person in. But really what it did was, dang, now I'm more attracted to the one that's not doing all that because of the chase, because of whatever. It just feels like when you don't have it, it feels like there's more value to it. So now you just put yourself in a disadvantage because, and now you're starting to think, well, maybe I'm not this or maybe I'm not that, when it's really is maybe, why are you doing all that? Maybe you should just not do that. Don't lead with that. And then just see what their real intentions are. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, there's also that at play. People thinking that's high value to do that type of stuff when really it just brings you all the way down. They're not even looking at you as valuable at this point. You get what I'm saying? So that plays a role. Why do they like her? She ain't doing all that. It's really not about me. It's you did too much too soon. If that makes sense.
Listen, I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from. You know, you guys were having a really good conversation. I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm still stuck on the fact that Lauren was having friendship with old boy Vince. My brain hasn't left there. When I heard that we're still friends, we're doing coffee dates, I said, "This Negro." My brain hasn't left there yet, Lauren. I want to know what's going through that pretty head of yours, because what's going on? Why? I know you already answered it, but I need to answer again. Darling, what's going on? You are still chatting to Vince up to 3 days ago? Or did I mishear what I'm hearing?
Yeah. We've been cool, not romantic, up until about 2-3 days ago.
Wait, but what about what he was saying on that YouTube channel? Because he was talking crazy on there, and that was 2 weeks ago.
Which one was that about? The friends
with his brother, the one that he was going into what Bello was. It was the same episode when he was going into what Bello was doing with that lady he impregnated.
Yeah.
What?
The one
I heard Mello was married, but not impregnated. He had a baby on the way?
No.
No. The first thing.
Talking about the one night. Well,
the one night.
Okay. When Kojo posted that clip, I told myself I'm not watching
on the channel.
Yeah, that's all I saw of it. I'm like,
it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I was appalled.
That'd be Vince. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that again, once I'm not in a romantic space with the person, I didn't have any hate for him after his vent. I didn't have any. It's like you're not at my house. You're not with my kid. Like it's not that. It's just not. It wasn't that deep to be honest with you. I mean, he showed himself who he is. I see who he is. He'll never be in a romantic space since that whole situation back a long time ago with Donna. And then seeing tonight, I never knew when he said the words, "It's not about what Lauren thinks." I didn't know he said that. I had no idea. Like I'm so glad I saw. Like, yes, I love this. Like now he doesn't understand. Come over my house. No, let's wait till after the show. So it's like, thank God. I would be feeling so sick to my stomach right now. Like, because I don't do all that with people like that. So it's like, I would be over here crying right now. I can't believe he said that. So it's not that deep to me. Again, I haven't given myself away to somebody. Yes, I've had just as much fun as he has had when we hung out. I don't feel like it's a loss or I wasted time or I had a ball. I'm still not dating people. I wasn't dating nobody like that. Like I had friends. You know, I didn't like kick it with him over a relationship or nothing. I didn't lose out on something else because I was kicking it with him. I don't know if y'all could tell by the show tonight. I saw it in my face. I didn't care. I think some people were like, oh, she's so hurt. I don't know how you guys are seeing that, but I was more so relieved. Like, ooh, thank God this ain't me. So.
No, I get that. I'm not even mad at that. I'm more so. Are you saying that you believe in men and women being friends, platonic?
I do. Yeah. If you haven't, especially if you haven't had sex, if you haven't been intimate with each other,
to an
swap
extent.
spit. Like,
if you offer it, they're gonna take it. To an extent, because I feel like if you offer it to a man, he taking it. So are we really platonic, or am I platonic? Who's platonic?
Thank you.
Because one of us want to do it.
Because
one of us want to do it. I just, I'm just.
I'm platonic. I'll say that.
Right.
Now, you say you platonic. I love that. I just want to ask a question. So, in between that time of when you stopped dating and you became friends, are you telling me that he never made any sexual innuendos?
Yes.
Never.
What? Yeah.
He was clean. Everything was clean in the milk. Is what you're telling me?
Wait.
You're telling me that Vince was completely platonic all the times you were friends? The hunter stopped hunting?
Of course, he's like, can I have a kiss or come here, give me a hug? Or do you want to
ain't platonic.
I'm saying no. I'm talking. This is the time we were dating.
Oh,
are you talking about lately? No.
I'm talking about as soon as you drew the line in the sand and said, Vince, this ain't gonna work, but we're gonna be friends. Since that time, are you telling me that there's not even been one moment?
Yes.
One moment where he's not flirted at least?
Yes, he has. He has flirted for sure. But that's why I said, I like how Ashante said, I should have said, on my end, it's platonic. Any guy that's a friend of mine, if I decided, hey, guess what? I think you're the one. They would go for it. But I'm saying it's been platonic because I'm not allowing things to go beyond that.
So you being a foodie date, like
no, not foodie
like,
date.
I don't even know. First of all, I don't even know why Kojo and Sean is acting like there's no platonic relationship when we clearly got one. So I don't even know why.
But there's a difference.
I don't see you physically.
There's a difference, Jay.
I don't see you physically.
Your piece of cape on.
Don't do it.
Was friends.
You know what I'm gonna do.
We were always friends. We started as friends and we remained friends. They started as something and migrated to
sanctified. That's all it
something.
Is.
It's like
don't include me.
True that.
I ain't in Egypt no more, but
Hey, I just want to interrupt real quick because I got to get out of here. Thank you all. Thank you, Lauren and Ashanti, for coming on tonight. We appreciate you guys for being as honest and open as you can. I love you all, Sean, Seaway, Kojo. You know how I feel about y'all. Y'all my, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate being with y'all.
Don't leave. Just one thing. Remember, these are the same people who said that they could never have platonic friends, and then what happened?
Here we are. Here we are 5 years later.
Right, exactly. So they're it's straight cap.
You're talking exceptions. Don't do the nuance game with
us.
Do
y'all ever meet in real life?
No, we are real life friends. We have met several times in real life, and we're real life friends.
Definitely. Yeah. We're
you can't do the way you stay. That's the problem. But
No, Coach trying to be slick because he said he across the pond. He don't have to worry about it.
I'm just telling you the truth. See, I don't lie about my business.
And you got to catch it. Listen, we don't need to expose all the elements of our friendship. We're going to protect one another here. So let's just remain protected of one another.
It's our turn to ask y'all some questions. we about to ask y'all some questions. What y'all got going on when the cameras is off?
I can tell you what's going on. I'm in full prayer and I'm with the word. That's what I mean right now.
Amen.
I tell you,
And
I
I'm
can tell you
delivering
the last
benedictions.
2-3 years.
That's it. That's
Woo!
all I'm delivering is benedictions.
I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
Egypt has been a deliverance, and I've been delivered. Okay, delivered. But what I am saying is, okay, I don't do the way I stay anyway. But what I'm saying is, I was a hunter, and you can't stop me from hunting. Me being your friend doesn't stop me from hunting. You know what I'm saying
Who
to you?
you
I don't do
hunt?
friendship anyway. I
Who you
wouldn't even
hunting?
put myself in a friend zone. Huh?
Who are you
What does that
hunting?
mean?
Because you have
Right.
another
No,
female best friend.
I'm saying if I'm Vince and I'm being friends with Lauren, if I've tried to make moves and you put me in a friend zone, I'm
Okay.
still hunting. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying to you? My teeth are still
Right.
showing, bro. It's just
Yeah.
like I've just changed the angle of the attack. Now I wouldn't allow myself to be in a friendship zone because if I'm friend zoning like that and I've tried to do a thing with you, either I'm doing a thing or I'm not doing a thing. I've got to
If
be
you don't
moving
choose
on. I'll
me,
be out.
you gonna choose me or else.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm either scoring goals or I'm off the pitch. So like I wouldn't even be. Do you know what I mean? So when Lauren, you're saying, yeah, that you know your friends, I'm like Lauren. Now you know I hear it. You know I hear it. I understand that you trying to play coy here. You know what I'm saying to you, but in this scenario, I think that you know what you're doing here. I think you've been siphoning that man's energy and ingesting his energy. That's what I think has been happening. So there's nothing platonic about it, but it's you siphoning.
Yeah, wait, okay, hold on. What does that mean?
Right.
It means some people like their ego being stroked.
No,
So they siphon
my
energy.
ego has been stroked so good and long. I don't need that. I really don't need it. I know who I am. I know what I got going on. I genuinely like there was somebody that I liked, right, at one point in my city, and they would always see me. They kept saying, you a playgirl, blah, blah, blah. And every time they see me, they're like, you always by yourself. You eat by yourself. You at every restaurant by yourself. You by yourself. I don't need to be around nobody. I don't need you. So it's like if I'm hanging with you, because I genuinely like your company. That's it. Now, as far as like Vince doing whatever, like I don't know what y'all like. I don't need him to stroke nothing. I don't need to be around him to make me feel like, ooh, I'm whatever. Like,
whoa.
I've been on this planet for quite some time. I don't need it. I don't need all that. You know, I've had it. It's been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. It's not that. Deep. You know, there you go. You misunderstood her. Keep that body count low. But I will.
Oh God.
I will say, like, you know, I it's gonna once I put you in the friend zone, it's no coming out, like, because you're there for a reason, and it's just what happened.
You said that once you put someone in the friend zone, they can't come out.
No, they can't. No. No, you can't.
Kojo said he gonna take you up on that challenge.
No, I'm saying like if we were dating and then you move into the friend zone, it's for a reason. You can't come out.
The friend zone doesn't exist. That's my point. And that's why I'm like, that's why I don't that's why it probably doesn't make sense to me.
So wait, people can't be friends? Like men and women can't be friends?
Not when I'm hunting you.
To an extent. It's like if a man tried you once, just because you put him in a friend zone don't mean he still don't want it. You're platonic, not him.
You're not doing it. They're still in the friend zone.
You're platonic. He's not. That y'all are not
Right.
friends. If somebody wants to have sex with another person, y'all are not friends.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, like if just because you're platonic doesn't mean they are.
Oh, exactly. Okay. All right. Well, I'm platonic with a lot of guys. I'm platonic.
And I think that's what we're saying. The danger is it's not you need two people to be on the same page. So it's not a clean friendship if the guy has other intentions, because he's going to constantly be trying to get at you and you're going to constantly have to swat him away. So it's like, what is the value in that? Because it's not a true friendship if all you're doing is getting rid of his advances, but he's still giving you energy.
I mean,
are you getting a friendship out of that? Like, is that really a friendship?
Lauren,
if all I'm trying to do is knock on your door in the late night hour, am I really trying to be your friend? And are you getting the value of me and Sean as a friend?
Don't give her a pass. She's conquering these men. She knows exactly what she's doing. she's conquering these men, and these men are willingly being conquered. It's this. She knows exactly what she's doing. Lauren's a very smart cookie. Yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. These men that you say they're in a friend zone. Okay, let me give an example. Okay. So let's say, for instance, right? Like the guys that you're saying that are really friends of yours. Are all of them cleaning? I like this term. Is everybody cleaning the milk? As in, like, has none of them try to make a move in you? Because if they try to make a move in you, if they try to make a joke that's sexual, anything like that, that's a null and void friendship. But you already know this.
Okay. Yes, most of them would definitely, do whatever if I, let them know that that's what time I'm on for sure.
So y'all ain't friends.
And this is why I don't keep women friends around me like that.
So I just can't have no friends. Because what guy in the world just wants to be my friend? I mean, most women, like who just wants to be? I'm just a good guy that wants to be your friend. I don't find you attractive at all, and I would never sleep with you. Who? So I'll have no male friend. I actually prefer male friends. Like who just wants to be?
I get you. We're kind of cool. I can't lie to you. We are very, very cool.
Who? So I'll have no male friend. I actually.
Who got audio behind them?
I don't know. Who is that?
Is that saying YouTube?
Nope, they ain't me.
No?
Nope.
Who got their YouTube playing? Oh, Sean. No, I get you saying. You know what I'm saying? I get you saying. Listen, I'm not shooting you. You know what I'm saying? Too, like, hey, you know what I mean? Everybody knows me. I spent some time in Egypt, so when I was doing my messing around, I was even messing around. You know what I'm saying? To you, I just know the game well enough to know that me and you, we know. Okay, all right.
Saying,
we know
the girls are getting worse than the guys. So, like,
that's fair.
I'm just not gonna have no males around me then. Like, it's just
yes,
pretty much.
No more males. You're siphoning their energy, and I need you to stop it. It's not good for your health.
Okay.
You're siphoning. You've built what? Listen, let me tell you the honest truth.
No more doing it for the plot.
There's so many men worshiping you. It's like it's an emotional thing, right? Because when for instance, just as somebody who's come from I like to call it from an attachment style, an insecure place, right? I know about flirting. I know about how to seduce. I know about all these things. I just like look how Nicole got used. It's the same way that you've got these men locked up too. Okay. All right. Yeah, know at any given time that they can move at the hatchet, at your command. It makes us feel good. Let's be honest. Yeah, I like it too. I understand it. I have to be delivered. But I like it too. I like to know that I got you. You know what I'm saying to you? I like to know that I've got you. I've got a little power over you. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I understand it, but I'm saying to you that as you're siphoning their energy, they're also blocking you. Because what I mean by this is like it takes something from you, because you have to constantly be in a space where you're actually on guard. You know what I'm saying to you? You're always on guard because you know that the people there are not platonic. Yeah, so it takes something from you to always be in that position. You have to always be just like 1 or 2 steps ahead. You know what I'm saying to you? You know that you can't.
That. Like I said, this is old. Like I've mastered. This is not like new and exciting. It's like you have to balance. Every guy I meet. Can you imagine business? Going into business? I already see the people. As soon as their eyes are like, it's like, oh, here we go. It's like, oh, can we do lunch for the meeting? Can we just do a Zoom? Oh, well, could we do? It's like you always are in a constant state of having to make sure, like you said, you're 2 steps ahead, and that you know how to handle the energy that's about to come and still get what you need and still keep them okay, so that you don't kill the deal. Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying, but again, the only option is never being around a man ever again, unless he is
what?
It's
Lauren, why
not
you saying
zero
that?
sum, Lauren.
Nah.
It's
Hey,
not
Shanti, get your
zero
friend black. Hey, what's going on?
I can't think of one guy that I know that's a friend of mine right now that has not flirted with me or will not go in a little deeper if I want them to. I can't think of one unless they're gay.
I get you. No, you're right. I'm not even saying you're wrong. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not even saying you're wrong. And I'm saying to you, hunters go hunt. And it's not every man, because there are some men that are very passive that they're not interested in that, right? They're very few in between, but there are some men like that. But,
Steven,
you know what I'm saying?
Goodbye.
Steven won't do needs, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is, and I'm not even saying, No, I know what I'm saying. I'm saying like it is what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, we all know the game, innit? Do you get me? But you're saying almost like it's like me saying I can't be without female energy, like or women energy. Sorry, I should say. Apologies. I should say women's energy. And at a point in time in my life, it was very true. I couldn't deal with life without having some women in my life. I needed them. I love their energy. I love there's a different way that they move, man. It's art, man. Do you know what I mean? It's life, beautiful. Do you know what I'm saying to you? The essence of them. But what I also have to recognize is that's trauma. It's actually trauma. For a man to always be around woman's energy and never want to be around men's, and I wouldn't say never, but struggles to be consistently around men's energy is actually a trauma. You've inverted
unless he want to be one of the girls.
You see what I'm saying? You know, one of the girls.
Which one is it?
You know what I mean? So it's like I had to work on myself to say that's trauma for me because that aspect of there's a part of me that is still wounded. So I invert the energy. Similar to what I was saying to you. You like the control, right? So that control is that masculine energy comes through, but it's from the wound. That's why you like the men's energy. But you're siphoning their energy. You're taking it from them. Every time they're around you and they look at you a certain way, and in your head, you're like, I know that boy's watching me. I know he likes me. It's subconscious. It feeds your validation tool, but it's actually keeping you in a loop and keeping you in prison. You know what I mean? But look,
why do you feel like you need why do you feel like I need validation?
Because you're keeping men around you that like you.
Okay, that's the thing. So I'll just not have men around me or have men around me that like
you.
I'm telling you right now, any man that's around me, they like me.
I agree. So get rid of them.
So that's what I'm saying. So I either just X out the male species, just no males around me. But why? What type of life is that? What type of life is that? I can't be around men.
Well,
yes, unless it's business.
I like men's company. I like talking to men. I like men. I'm not sexing men right now. I wish I could, but I'm not. Like, why? So, like I said, what I said, girls are worse. The girls are being more managed than the men now.
I hear you.
Like, the girls are more aggressive than the men. So I gotta now just be with, that's the thing. There's no real solution. You either gonna not be around men or you're gonna be around men that like you. And you gotta just learn how to, like, when I say I don't need the valid, like I'm saying, I can't even tell you how this. And I thank God, because like if you're not grateful, then God, you lose it. I'm not complaining, but I'm saying that I don't thrive on, I'm like, it's not nothing new. It's nothing new. I'm looking for something deeper, something with substance. I don't need the basic validation of the, like you're saying, the energy that I know I could. Now that was fun asking Xavier to spin. I know I didn't like him and I did want to see what he was doing for me, but and I feel so Darius to do that. That was a little bit of control. And yes, I do have a lot of masculine energy. Whoop-de-doo. But at the end of the day, what do you want me to do? Not be around men anymore? Come on. Like, all the girls like you, you're in the gym. Look at your muscles. Look at your muscles.
Yes, and I don't stick around them.
Oh my God.
And I'll tell you, look, you can let me tell you. The funny thing is this, right? So I used to say something very similar to what you're saying, which is I used to say that men don't really understand me because I can get very deep. I can talk about emotions. I can be very, open about my feelings, right? And I used to say the same thing. Oh, men don't really understand that. Men don't really, when I get around men, it's like I'm the alien in the group when I get into those spaces. I had to recognize that I'm looking at those men and not recognizing that I haven't found my market of people. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I needed to be around like-minded people. And I had to change my perspective, because the reason why I had that pain is because like I said, I had a mother and a father wound. But I have both parents in my life, but the emotional neglect has caused a cut between me and them. So that emotional wound that I had from both the father and the mother not as giving me the attention that I needed as a young child and being very hyper independent, I actually found women to be more safe. I can talk to women. I get on with them. I loved being around them. We have great conversations. I can talk about what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying to you? But I had to recognize and change that perspective, because also what it was doing was stunting me. It stunted me as a man. I was overly emotional, way too sensitive, very reactive. My boundaries are always in question, right? And there's always this place of ego feeding that I needed. I always needed a woman around me who, and usually it's someone that likes you. It is, because women like the fact that I could be open, I can talk about feelings. They're like, I just like being around you. But I'm siphoning your energy in that space. I'm siphoning that because I know that you like me, and I'm taking that energy. And as you spend more time with me, you know that your energy isn't platonic. And I know that, but I'm winning because I'm getting something from you. But I'm also losing because I'm entrapped in this prison. I need you. And if it's not you, it's someone else. And that keeps you trapped. And then it also stops you from growing, and then stops you from being able to be. The issue that you have with women isn't women. The issue I had with men isn't men. The issue you have is the way that you see women and the way that you show up. Because you show up because you show up like we show up, that masculine energy, you show up like us men, you become actually somebody who in this particular space becomes actually an antagonistic person to the women. And yes, there are women that are going to be against you, but it's because they're reading your energy. The same way that I became antagonistic to men because I didn't like the way their energy was. I used to judge their energy. But really and truly, I was just angry at my dad. That's the honest truth. And until I forgave him, and I was like, "Rah, brother, masculine energy is not a bad thing. Like, it's not always linked to evil things. I always link it to anger, to aggression, to evil. That's how I used to have a negative connotation on it. Once I began to heal, I was like, bro, no, the masculine energy is beautiful, bro. I need to exist in it more. And as I began to exist in it more, I became even more attractive. Sorry, I'm gonna gas myself up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fine before. You get me? But what I'm saying to you is that I recognize that I didn't need to siphon from the women anymore. I needed to focus on what men do, build. And then I could put all my energy into what, as a man, I'm called to do, build. So I'm just saying to you that, hey, I think there's something deeper. You don't need to be around men all the time. Men will always be there. And, you know, as you begin to heal, you're going to realize that, listen, all these men around, trust me, they are a waste of your time and they're taking from you and you're getting stuck in a prison. But I don't know, maybe that's my perspective, but I don't know if Ashanti can explain it a bit better. Because, you know, sometimes as us men, when we explain it, we mansplain. So I don't know if Ashanti, you get what I'm saying to you. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I think you explained it pretty clear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I think that there's just a misunderstanding because I'm such a loner and I'm always by myself. So if if every now and then I would like the company of a man, I have it. And it's
Lauren, you just walked right into that one, girl.
That's
You are
fine.
just,
I'm not.
girl, you
Listen,
just
I'm
proved
a
his
realist.
point.
I'm not about to sit here and act like I know
He
all
said,
the
leave me
answers.
alone.
Listen, I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm a realist. I'm a real person. And there's and as if you are alone as much as I am, every now and then, guess what? You want to speak to somebody of the opposite sex. I heard you loud and clear, and that's fine.
I hear you.
I got you. And somebody in the chat said, "What if you get a man, a husband?" Obviously, he would be my friend. Okay, I don't need to be around men, guys. So I love how you break stuff down. Ashanti and I were talking about your channel. Was one of our favorite channels. I actually got I have a membership.
Not too much.
I actually pay for a membership because I'm like, this is good conversation. I love that everybody here seems to be. It's like a good mix of, like it's not biased. There's a lot of different personalities, and so I really do appreciate this platform. I have been on so many different ones that I'm just like, I get so disappointed by just how biased, and you can see the issues. Like, I would love to send you a couple of them. You can just go right, oh yeah, this lady needs to go to counseling. This one got this. You can just tell. It's like a lot of people
crazy.
just talking and spewing just the craziest thing. So I do like that. You know, you wrap it up with a lesson, and you can see all the extra deep stuff that's going on, you know, behind the scenes. And I heard you, and yes, I'm a little bit of a hard-headed person. But
oh no, that's me too. So
Ashante, did you see the one where you keep everybody on the same level and everybody is? Did you see that one? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. these be kind of long, so sometimes I kind of, if I don't catch it live, I kind of skip
Oh yeah.
skim through it.
Yeah, we
I
have
won't
some
do it.
long sessions for sure. So listen, Lauren,
No,
we're
no,
gonna
I
get
wasn't ours. It wasn't our session. It wasn't our session, Sean. You weren't even listening because you did. You should know what
Oh
I.
wait, it wasn't y'all live?
No, it was the one. It was the one where a person broke it down of what was wrong with you.
Oh
And,
no, I only watch y'all's. But y'all, let's
okay,
break it down because I want to know. Because I need to
I
know. I
was
need to.
dying. I was like, wait, did you talk
I
to her?
want
She
to
did
fix
a
it by
whole
yesterday.
breakdown.
was this another YouTube creator you talking about?
Yeah, the
Taylor?
one that said that Ashante keep everybody on the same level because she an only child, and
Oh,
she
when you said the
Damn.
one, you threw me. So now I know.
okay
What does that mean though? I keep everybody like. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
that you don't elevate. They say you don't elevate anybody. Like
Damn.
you
What
keep
does that
everybody
mean
on the
though?
same level.
Just
So
speak it plain.
In reference to the
See,
cast?
right?
Not
I
my
don't know how to
Shanti.
speak it plainer. That's what she said.
Who's
But
I'm
what
not
she?
does
saying
that
it more
mean?
clear. I'm not even trying to
Not
beat
my
around the bush.
Shanti.
I don't know how to say it more clear. I mean, okay. So basically, you know, she was saying that you don't go too up or too down. You stay very
Even kill.
even killed because you don't elevate anybody to a level that would cause your emotions to get all in a rut. But
Oh, I get what you're saying.
the reach part was, but it's because you're only child and you grew up with your mother, because she was trying to say, because your mom said that Bello, she's right with Bello. I think she was being funny. I'm assuming she was more being funny.
Huh?
Remember when she said like me, you and Bello, her and Bello the same age?
That was Darius. Oh,
Wasn't
that
that?
was her joking. That was her trying to say like
He's
that
old.
yeah, that he was a bit old, and then that was her joking about like saying she's young. Like in a way.
Right. So she was trying to say, because she was saying that she was young, that you guys grew up together, because you said you guys are going to get shots after.
I don't
This
think
is
that's
just
my. I don't. I mean, I kind of get whatever. I already know my issue. I said it a million times on the show. I have an issue with vulnerability because once I'm there, I'm there. So these walls break down, baby. You got a problem on your hands if it ain't reciprocated. Jalapeno, real quick. Jalapeno, real quick. So it's like, although I know that's my issue, I'm still working through building that vulnerability. But I feel like my issue with vulnerability does stem from my upbringing. Because my mom was young, but we trying. We working on it. I learned a little something with this, and I learned that it's easier to be vulnerable with men that that you view romantically. I'll say that.
oh well, then
Well,
there
that's
you go.
interesting.
Well, she took me down a rabbit hole. I guess she was on to something.
No, I'm not a stalker. What? I'm just mean.
I don't know where
I'm just mean when I feel like you don't like me back. I'm about to get real mean. A stalker
That's
is
fair.
crazy. I work too much to be stalking.
Wait, how we get stalker from that?
I
Somebody
don't
in
know
the
where that came
comments
from.
say,
I
Ashante,
think
are
they
you a
got
stalker?
confused. I don't know. I guess maybe somebody misinterpreted something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is not easy though. So I do
It's not,
understand that.
but you know, I feel like if I find a man that I like, it'll be easier for me to move it forward. At least it'll be easier for me to be vulnerable because I also feel like if I could learn to be vulnerable, it would show me quicker if the person is for me or not.
What's your zodiac?
I can't be afraid of like being vulnerable and then being rejected.
What's your zodiac sign, Ashante?
Child, Capricorn, January 9th.
Oh, that's how all the Capricorns
Hot
are.
mess. I know, right?
Yeah, that's literally how they almost every Capricorn I know.
It's like that be the lesson we gotta learn real bad.
Yeah, it's like that balance. But you
Yeah.
guys don't get hurt as much because you're able to keep people. But the problem is, of course, as I'm sure you realize, you don't get hurt as much, but you can't let people in without taking a risk. That's always the tough part.
Yep.
You have to take a risk to actually get the reward, like anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tough.
That's the hard part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find
And
it
then too, I
difficult.
feel like a thing that turns me off, like a thing that switches me off towards like, all right, I'm not about to be vulnerable, is when people try to play with my intelligence, or I'm sorry, insult my intelligence, or like play the mind games. Cause like what you see is what you get with me. So the minute you start playing, it's like, all right, why would I open up to somebody who already playing?
I hear that.
No, that's fair. And on this show, I think it was the right move because
they was all playing.
They were
See what
all
I'm
playing.
saying?
Yeah. So
Don't get me to
that was the best. That was, the best move. Because if you try to open yourself up to people who aren't on your level or don't even wish you well, you kind of open yourself up to this entire situation. And the problem with Ready to Love is just the quality of men hasn't been there in a while, and so your default presumption should honestly be that the dudes are on games, unfortunately, unless somebody shows you otherwise.
Yeah. And then the pace doesn't help either. It's like, oh my goodness, in real life, who really is? I just feel like the first month of dating should be fun. It should be light. It should be flirty. And then we gradually get deeper. I shouldn't be having to tell you my life story and how many whoopings I got on day 2. That's just trauma dumping on day 3 is crazy.
I think also the other issue is that these men, in my opinion, wouldn't have access to most of the women on the show. And I think a lot of times when you expose men to people who they wouldn't have had access to, a lot of them just don't know what to do. Like, instead of just being like...
That too. Because a couple of them did express that to me, like, you something different. You something different. Because I feel like a lot of the men, I feel like they was kind of trying to call me weird a little bit. Because a lot of the men, we had a lot of great conversations behind the scenes, and there would be certain stuff that they would want to talk about. And I'd be like, never saw that movie. I don't watch TV. I go down rabbit holes on YouTube. I read books that feed me intellectually versus, I don't know, entertain me, I guess. So it's like, it really wasn't too much I could talk to, or too much I could talk to these men about when I'm just on a different wavelength.
Shani, a question. Outside of the show, I mean, this is something I've only come into the last few years, right? But outside of the show, have you ever dated anybody that you truly, and I'm putting the word truly with like bold and italics together, that you truly liked? I'm talking about you liked them. You know what I'm saying to you? Have you ever found someone that you've dated that you really liked them? Not just like the outer shell or like they got some components, but you actually like them. Because I think that's the hardest thing. I think being vulnerable is even hard finding people who you actually genuinely like. You know what I'm saying to you? So I don't know.
I get what you're saying. Like, liked them, like as a person, like if all trauma aside, like my most recent relationship, which was a long time ago, I know for a fact I only liked him because he looked good, he was athletic, and that thing was thinking. But as far as a man that I actually liked him for him, like morals, values, what he stands for, how he carries himself, how he treats me, how he treats other people. Because I judge people based off how they treat other people. One man. And I feel like that could be a part of my problem too. I feel like I'm probably not necessarily wanting him back, but wanting, I don't know, that level of trust in another person. Once you experience a certain type of relationship, everything else be like lackluster. I feel like we fully trusted each other. We were fully vulnerable. We respected each other. We communicated healthily. So it's like, and that was one of my first examples of a relationship. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to go out in the world and this is how a relationship goes. Wrong. People play mind games. People lie. People cheat. And you be like, damn, hold on.
Treacherous out here.
It's treacherous out here. So it's like I had some rose-colored glasses on when it came to relationships at one point. And I learned the hard way that like, everybody ain't like that.
No, that's real. Can't lie to you. That's real. No, it just intrigued me because I think obviously those of us, I'm sure Lauren could feel the same way as well, but those of us who are like, struggle with that vulnerability, it is one of the hardest things, is to find someone that you genuinely like and really like them for them, and not just the other components that we're okay with just dealing with. You know what I mean? It changes the relationship. When you like that person, like it changes the way that you operate, you move, the way that you do things, you're motivated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
in a very unique way as well. So
Yeah,
I
had to
get
get very, very much so accountable with myself because when I think about the last few guys that I dated seriously, that I thought I liked, I didn't like you, sir. I liked the dates. You took me some lit places. I didn't like you, sir. I liked the bedroom. You did what you needed to do. I didn't like you, sir. I liked the trips. I was in a new, well, even though I only ever been in Miami, but no, for real. I was in a different country playing around with you. So it's like, did I really like you or did I just like our dynamic? When I think about a man that I actually liked for him, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Have you met many people that intellectually, because obviously it sounds like you're intellectual one because you said it on the show and it comes on the show, right? But have you met others? Obviously, have you met many people that intellectually that you feel match your level? You know what I mean? Like, because that's probably another hard thing as well.
Yeah,
Finding
because
someone
I
that's got
don't want
depth.
to, and that's not to say like match my level as in anybody or anything is beneath me, but match my level as in we can carry a conversation and we both
Yeah.
understand what's going on. No, like where they at? No, like, and if I have, it wouldn't be somebody I would be like. Okay, for example, Bello, our conversations was great, but if I'm being honest, I never saw myself being with him long term, like being with him. But would it be fun to me and a couple of my intellectual friends and him and a couple of his intellectual friends and we talk crazy stuff
And
over
just
coffee or I don't drink coffee, but whatever, a drink or something? That would be fun.
no, I get you. I get that. That's tough. I hear
Yeah.
it. That is tough, but yeah, that level of depth, man, is
I was
needed
just
to.
gonna say that level of depth, you gotta people can only meet you as deeply as they met themselves. So if I've met myself on a certain level and you haven't, that's going to show up. So now it's like, am I mothering you and helping you heal through that and helping you meet yourself there? Or do I find a man that's already been through his whoop-de-whoop? I feel like I need a man that's been through his whoop-de-whoop. If God ain't took you through there, I don't know if we a match because God didn't took
Let me
me
through
through there.
there.
God that took me through there. It's insane. Y'all wouldn't believe the last 2 years of my life been crazy, but it's like maybe I need a man who done been through his whoop-de-whoop.
So Shantae, let me ask, did you, I think, I'm trying to go back, did you say you were open to more kids or no?
So the thing with that is this, right? Sometimes you meet a man and he ain't got no kids and he want one by yesterday, right? And it's like if I get married and my husband doesn't have a child, I'm not gonna say, oh well, I got my baby. I ain't popping out no more. But it's like if I get married and a man got kids, why would we do that? Why would we do that? Why would we have more kids? Oh, I'm open to it, but like only if it makes full sense. Cause if I got a kid and you got a kid and we both got good co-parenting situations, hey, why would we have another kid?
That sounds like not an enthusiastic yes.
I'm not
But I
gung ho.
respect it.
I'm open to both ends, but if you come with kids, no. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. We can
Okay.
share.
Got you. Okay.
I get that. I definitely get that. I never get that. Well, listen, look. You know what? Your boy is six, almost 6:30 around here, man. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go and do some morning stuff around here, and then catch a nap before the midday hits. You know what I'm saying? To the life of a content creator. But Lauren and Ashanti, we appreciate you. Would love to have you back here as well. You know what I mean?
We'll be back next week. It's like no, same time
This is
next week.
Part 2, baby. You know what I mean? So we go again. We'll go part 2. We'll go again. I might not be here though. So I'll let Sean probably host it because I think I'm in Bali. So
oh, it's a party
I don't know if
now.
I'll have the internet. So Sean's a great host.
Where and for what?
I'm in Bali.
I'm
in Indonesia. I'm on holiday. I need a break. I've been coaching all year round, man. I need a break.
Who you going with?
I'm going with my best friend.
It better not be no friend. Is it a
Not
woman?
she getting your business.
Is it a
on live, no less.
It better not
We
be
just
no
talked to
woman.
Lauren about being friends. Come on now.
Wait.
It better not be no platonic relationship.
I'm just trying to get some understanding. Ain't that what you're saying? With all you're getting, get some understanding. I'm just trying to get some.
It is very platonic. It's been platonic for almost 15 years, people. That's not been a joke.
I don't know. Bali might make it unplatonic.
Daddy.
Exactly.
That's
This one
exactly
was
why y'all don't listen to
platonic.
Kojo, because it be cap. He has very much so a platonic friendship. Just
This
like
is the
he has
only no. It's an exception to a rule. It's not a habit. It's an exception to a rule. This is a person I prayed for. So you understand? It's the one that God sent to me to be a best friend at the time. So this is not a normal situation.
So if she try to give you some in that forest, you ain't taking it.
I wouldn't take it. And I generally mean, and there's my hunting days. You know what I'm saying, child. I hit a lot of lane, you know what I mean? But I've never even thought to even do that. Like I see her generally as a sister. Like I can't even see beyond that. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So it's just one of those things where it was a God intervention one. It's not a normal thing where we just met each other and then we became friends. And because of what we've also gone through, like I've seen her through sickness. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've supported her through those things. So my mind doesn't even go there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I've never slept in the same bed, never slapped her ass, never joked to her, never, tried to do sexual joke. Like that it's not that, fam. We're good friends. And that's an exception. It is not a rule.
We barely believe that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tyra said not on Valentine's Day.
Exactly. I was just about to say.
I'm not even think. Do you know? I didn't even think about it. It's just
somebody somebody thought about it. Maybe she's setting you up. Let me.
You're platonic.
He gonna get to that resort.
Rooms.
He gonna get to that villa and them flowers with the caterpillars gonna be all in the pool.
Y'all wasting money on different rooms.
Yes, because no one's sleeping in the same room. I like my own room, people. Please, you know what I mean? I'm sanctified. You know that Bible's right there. The Holy Ghost is there, watching upon me.
Okay.
I'm a change.
How the tables have turned, Kojo.
I know, because had it not been,
you under the microscope right now, bro.
When I was in Egypt, I was striking. You get what I'm saying to you? When I was in Egypt, I was striking.
We're gonna need a recap of the trip.
I didn't think you were gonna say her. I actually wasn't prepared for that, but
wow,
that's a nice trip.
Wasting money on different rooms.
Wow.
No,
so it's not like you platonic. She might not be platonic. How do you know she platonic?
Wow.
How do you know she
platonic? She never made no jokes on me.
That's
women don't do that though.
She don't ask me to get into bed or anything like that. You know,
women don't cut into men like that though. Did she ever comment on your muscles?
Some do. Shante, some do.
I do.
I'm screaming.
Wait, sorry.
Did she ever?
We all comment on Kojo's muscles though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's normal. Do you know what I mean? If I'm looking healthy, I expect you to say like, "Oh, you're looking healthy." You know what I mean?
I'm screaming at healthy.
You look healthy today.
I'm hollering.
She might be a little more subtle. Matter of fact, get her on here. Get her on here too.
Exactly.
Send her the link.
Because that's crazy.
15 years.
Y'all met
I've never had a woman wait so long.
You met like 1920?
No, we met in
doing the math.
2000. What is it? 2000 and okay, so what? 2000 and what was it? 10, 9, 11? Something like that, 2012 or something like that. So what?
Oh, that's around
14
that time.
years.
The reason why I asked, I said it's
Yeah.
really easy, because I have a lot of guy friends, but I'm a sports girl, so it's easy for me. Before 20, it's really easy to have like platonic friends, like brothers, like you see them. If you've been able to maintain that friendship, it really don't be. Yeah. But I also have like a lot of guy friends that are just my guy friends, but I don't try to push that because so many people don't have those relationships and it sounds weird. But for me, maybe because I've always been in sports, I'm always around a whole bunch of guys. It's very easy for me to have guy friends. So I don't know.
Yeah. In my 20s, I had a lot of guy friends, and then as I got older, I was just like,
Got it.
Anyway.
Okay, so moral of the story: Lauren can't have platonic relationships. Kojo can. Got it.
Kojo can. He gave you that whole speech just to tell you he's going to a romantic country with a woman.
Lauren,
you got to get out of this.
Is that gaslighting? What do we call that?
Total gaslighting.
But Lauren,
Got you
we
messed
just need
up.
you to choose better, though. We need you to choose your male friends better, though. Come on.
Where the comments about that? Y'all quiet now, chat. Hey, chat.
Nah, you
No,
know
they
what,
letting them.
fam?
No, they getting them. They getting them. They told them to get married already. They got them.
Listen,
Right.
They've been trying to tell me for time, but listen, it
Somebody
ain't
getting
gonna
proposed to in Bali.
Not
Okay.
Kojo. Not
No.
Kojo.
He gonna have the flowers in the pool.
She knows her best
No.
friend. That would never work. Kojo would be on the next flight right back to
Boy,
London.
it would never be. We're great friends. I need to keep it there. Do
Oh
you know what I
wait,
mean? That
this is the
person's seen me
summary.
for everything.
Kojo has a lady best friend. Seaway has a lot of guy friends. Lauren can't have any male friends.
Shannon said she's releasing on Vens.
Lauren just needs a cleanse. You need
But
a
Lauren
cleanse.
has guy friends that like her. My guy friends don't like me.
Lauren, I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend from now on, Lauren.
Your guy friends do like you, Seaway. They just gonna be
Not
respectful.
with those muscles. Heck no. Nope. We'll be swinging on that swing together. Two people swinging Bali.
Yeah, that Bali swing is crazy. I'm swinging it alone though. Pause. But I mean,
Please take pictures. So we got to see these pictures.
I'll do a little vlog as well for you guys.
We need a recap. Yep, full
We need a
recap.
vlog and everything as well. I know she wants to do her little brunch thing in the water, or whatever. That doesn't bother me. I just want
And
to.
Kojo and Sean are actually the sweetest guy friends. They protected Jay and I from people hiding in the bushes, trying to.
What? Oh my god! Yo, I forgot about that. Oh my god!
Don't. You know, y'all may kind of know some of the guys, Ashanti and Lauren.
It was some ready to love people hiding in the bushes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
sometimes guys be
They do be giving
a little bit
stalker
too extra.
vibes.
There, you know, man, them to be a little bit too
And
much
we didn't
now.
even know until they told us they was hiding in the bushes.
A little bit too much now. You know, gotta protect our sisters.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah, they were.
Hiding in the bushes? Like, is that literally? Are you saying that literally?
Yes.
No,
They wanted to have a
They
late night
literally
space
were
game
hiding in the
at 2 a.m.
Midnight nightcap.
What?
Oh.
It'd be like that.
Not Lord of my
You never play spades at 2 a.m. in your hotel room before Ashanti? You're not familiar? You're not familiar?
Maybe not.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that made me laugh so much, man. Frick. Okay, cool. Listen, yeah, we're gonna see you guys next week. I think I should have come, but it'll be early in the morning for me. I think Bali's like it's a couple of hours ahead. They're usually the next day as well from I think. So by the time you guys do it, so I'll try and do it. I'll probably be early in the morning.
Well, you have your own room, so you're not disturbing anyone.
We gonna see her walking in the back with the little with the pedals sticking to her ankles.
She gonna shut the live right down. She gonna be like
biting down on a croissant.
we got more important things to worry about. Fade to black.
Kojo, why is your chat
Sean,
calling
you
him
have
toxic
moderator
and
rights.
Derek Jackson?
Kojo has to go.
Because before, you know, the renovation, you know, before the Lord renovated within me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I told you I was a hunter and a striker. I was hunting a striker.
Was this when you and Sean was being toxic, or do you talk about before then?
Seaway, let's just stay focused.
You was being toxic too.
Stay focused.
You said, even though Kojo, don't bring it
Y'all
to
had
shoulder.
us
I think it's
full.
time to
Seaway,
wrap
what you
up.
got
Do
me
you
on
need a
here doing
benediction
with
for
these
tonight?
people?
I think we need a benediction.
Sean is delivered. Sean is delivered now. He's actually the greatest ally. He talks about, you know, dismantling the patriarchy. So he definitely has come a long way. Kojo's not there, but he's better than where he was before.
That's very true.
He's still like to entertain my cousin, my twin Easton, who y'all haven't seen. He's somewhere boxing. So Kojo has a little work.
Some of us are striking, you know. We were striking.
Thank you, Seaway. Thank you for bringing it full circle. Appreciate
of course.
I love beautiful women. I think that's what it was. That's my problem, you know.
Mannish. My grandmother calls that mannish.
I don't know. I just love the like Lauren. I love the energy of women.
Tell them how we was on a rooftop in Atlanta. What did you do on that Atlanta rooftop?
Oh, the rooftop. No, you know what happened?
It was actually the most baffling thing I've ever seen in my life.
I went to engage in conversation to understand, you know, what it's like for the American women and their experience in dating. And it just so happened we got to talking, and just so happened we exchanged numbers at the end. Like it happens, you know, when you engage on an intellectual level. And stimulated.
It was a test case. It was a test case for your coaching because that set up your,
exactly
your
exactly.
coaching
You know
business.
what I mean? And I was there just just really understanding what Atlanta could bring.
Atlanta.
And
Okay.
Atlanta, beautiful place, very beautiful place. All types of shades of chocolate.
Gotta
there.
love Atlanta.
Gotta love there.
That's the money maker right there.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's right.
The water's
And
definitely
Kojo,
different
let
over
them
there.
know you are a man of valor because you ran right out of an opportunity where someone was legitimately trying to get
changed,
you,
guys.
and
Kojo
you
done
said
did that a
no.
couple of times.
Everything.
Not the
ran right out.
Everything you have to touch. It's not everything you have to touch because sometimes it can work against you. I mean, I didn't do it always correctly because I got caught once or twice. Okay, the people don't know, but most times I avoid things that are not going to be beneficial long term. You know what I mean? Yes.
It's the accent.
You know what I mean?
You as soon as you start speaking, it's a wrap.
No, for real. I was dating this guy in the UK. I believed everything he said, child.
Me too.
What UK was he from?
I ain't telling you. I ain't giving no more details because he kind of popular. He an athlete, and I was believing it. I'm like, tell me lies, make it sound
A
good.
boxer or a different athlete?
Is he British Nigerian?
You know what? I'm done. Y'all have a good night. I'm not even gonna say dating. That was the wrong word. We were long distance pen pals.
I love this.
What do you call it?
Like
Not pen pals, but like we conversed and we
conversing.
got to know each other. And he would tell me stuff that I knew was BS, but I'm like, in that accent, whatever.
Exactly. That accent is toxic. You just can't
tell me lies, make it sound good. Listen,
Kojo actually lost his accent. Now he has it back.
Listen, you know what it is.
Was in Atlanta for too long.
Yeah, sometimes I spend too much time with the panelists, and you pick up the accent really, really quickly, and then you start mentioning certain words. But now
it
seems like the British it's strong, it's back, it's ready to do business.
Y'all chat so serious. Pen pals are interesting. Like, relax, people.
That's because
pick up on the sarcasm.
he done blocked out the people that get jokes. They don't pay for membership.
Dang. Y'all paying all that money to be dense.
That's a serious crowd around here. You know what I mean?
No, sometimes I'm a cap for them. Sometimes they're very much in their head, so that could be their sarcasm, or they're just very
Yeah, they're sarcastic. They're
overly
actually sarcastic.
Yeah.
It doesn't read well on text anyway.
Right.
So, sarcastic.
Yeah, sometimes it just gets lost in translation. But if they're a subscriber and paying for membership, they're usually not, the heavy trolls.
Shoot,
Yeah,
could have fooled me. However, I do like y'all's chat.
Our chat is pretty peaceful, actually. If they're mad at me. Usually.
Yeah, you got a couple of.
Anyway, you be going.
Yeah, when they get
I ain't mad at it.
Mad is at me. Don't you worry.
Ooh,
and then after me, they're mad at Kojo.
Ooh,
because they'll get Kojo together on his own channel.
Yeah, Kojo slide his shade in. He slided in.
Then they get Jay for giving people a diagnosis that they haven't been diagnosed with. But that's all they get Jay with.
It's the diagnosis.
But usually it's me.
Sean is their favorite. Sean is their favorite.
Now, 2 years ago.
I don't know. I feel like Sean don't hold back.
They was eating me up.
You didn't see Sean when he first started, bro. The ammunition was loaded and was unleaded. Boop, 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 boop.
$12 a year. Y'all rich. Y'all got money.
I was gonna ask you all, how did all of you end up meeting and linking up? And I see El Cid on here sometimes too.
Kojo.
Yeah.
Ooh, El Cid gonna blow
Let me tell
gasket.
you real quick before everybody go. Kojo used to run a real Christian channel, and he used to have a lot of Bible here, and they would be saying they Bible verses every day, child. And so was Kojo.
Seaway and her takes.
Kojo used to be preaching, and I remember I had came across Kojo. I was like, "What is this man? He preaching and singing? I don't know." It wasn't nothing that I would be interested in, but it was something that captivated me. So I just kept on listening. I was like, this is bizarre, but I'm like locked in. And then I just stayed. And then he was viewing Ready to Love, and I don't know what made him do the casting call, but maybe they had too many prayers from the Bible. I'm not sure, but he did a casting call and asked, people to join, and then that's when Sean joined, I joined, Jay joined, and
we had
way later. And
who else
so
we
yeah.
had? What's the guy's name? What was his name?
Who? Which one?
Doctor.
Oh, Dr. 50. That's a lady. Dr. 50%.
Dr. Nundy?
No. The other one that was on the channel with us. He was in Atlanta with us when we was there. He was part of the panel as well.
Oh, you're talking about what's his face? Oh, him too.
Onu.
Onu,
that's it. Yeah, it was a tip of tongue.
Onu came in before.
I guess. To kind of like also add clarity, Kojo had super panels, especially that got big during the pandemic. So in about 2021, he had an original super panel, which was like similar, like 5 to 7 people, mostly women. And then he did an open call to kind of add some new people and also give those people a break, because he was doing like 3 or 4 or 5 lives a week, So then he did an open call. Then that's kind of like what Seaway was talking about. He did an open call, had us submit videos, and then he selected about 7 of us, and then like we kind of developed the core 4 between Jay, myself, and Seaway.
Yeah, because it's definitely the pandemic. I was very depressed in the pandemic. I need friends. I'm social. And so I think we all kind of gravitated towards the panel. But then where we actually became real friends, because that's internet stuff, we start going on tours.
Wow.
And we were going on tours.
That was 2022. The end of 2022.
Up in the panoramic.
Yeah, all around the country. We did a couple of stops, and we went to different cities. And yeah, that's just kind of where it started. So that's where we all like met up for the first time, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, we actually like each other in real life."
Okay,
that's really cool.
Yeah, that 2020 U.S. tour, that was a lot of fun. And then we did some more stops in 2023. We visited Houston. That's where people was hiding in the bushes, I think.
We went back to DC.
Back to DC,
and then we had Jamaica.
Oh,
at the end of 2023,
Jamaica.
where we did with some of the Ready to Love people too from Houston.
Yeah.
How was that?
And DC.
Ooh-wee.
A time.
We need another one.
Yeah.
We need another one.
That was the trip.
What's your favorite Ready to Love season? Then we can get up out of here, because I keep asking
Houston
questions.
or DC.
DC.
I gotta go back and watch them.
DC.
I'm gonna go back and watch
DC.
those.
Yeah,
I love
I've never seen the show before I was on it.
We have legit friends that are from DC, the DC Potomac cast.
Houston, DC. I'm gonna watch those too.
The worst season is by far Philly, but I heard that wasn't their fault. But yeah, Philly was the worst for sure.
I know what you Shelby.
I'm not big on TV. I ain't gonna lie to you. So and then too, it's like even if I was big on TV, would I be watching this? I don't know.
No, stop.
Fair enough.
Oh
no,
Lois, stop it.
See, Lauren said she watched TV. She don't be watching this.
I watched one season once I got casted. I watched one season.
I watched clips.
What season did you watch?
That's just the last one. It was hard to watch, but
that's not good.
See, this must be how they be getting y'all, because there's no way if I watched Ready to Love, I don't think y'all would be on this show. They be getting people who are not watching it.
Yeah.
I never watched it till I got casted. And they said, filming is next week. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how
they're like, oh, if you've never watched it, you should get familiar. And I'm watching the show. I'm like, wait, y'all got to meet my ex? I'm like, I got a restraining order. He can't come over here.
Oh, Lord.
I said, y'all gonna have to fix that. Y'all gonna have to fix that. Meet the family. I'm an only child. My mom and my daddy coming. Good luck.
Tyra, I know you ain't asked me why Philly was the worst. What was good about it? What was good about Philly?
Philly was not great, man.
Philly was insanity.
Have you seen it? No, sign here.
Have you met anybody from the previous other cast though, Lauren and Ashani?
Yeah.
Not in real life.
Well, not in real life, but Hussein.
From Philly.
Hussein. Yeah.
He's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And Coley,
Is he a friend as well? Or?
he's a oh god.
Nah, screaming. I'm done.
What do you call a man that's just a he's just a man that's breathing?
Y'all are
Okay.
pen pals because y'all never met in real life.
Yeah, we're yeah. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people were reaching out to me to be supportive about things, and I really appreciated that because
Yep.
it's so easy for people to just go with the crowd and what's
Yep.
like they love drama. It's so easy to
Yep.
be entertained by the negative, the drama. So I really appreciate people who can look past it, read between the lines, and
Because they understand exactly what we're going through and exactly what's going on. Because from the outside looking in, y'all can't help but to assume what y'all be assuming. It's like, well, that's how they cut it. So,
Wait, so just Philly cast? Anybody else?
I think I forgot the other folks' names, but they're
it's
from a
other people. Yeah.
different seasons. But I just
Could you date someone long distance across
me?
states?
I could. My last. So remember, I don't know if I said I had 1.5 boyfriends. My half boyfriend was in Vegas, so that I know that's for another time. But that was long distance, and it was hard, but it was great. It was great.
That's cold. I love that.
Yeah.
Shanti, could you do it?
Do what? Long distance? Yeah. The last guy I seriously dated was in Atlanta.
Chocolate City.
Right, but he's not from Atlanta. But Atlanta, that's where the money at. So he moved down there because the money is money in. But again, you got so long to show me that you serious, and he wasn't serious.
Well,
he wanted a little Costco sample, but you gonna get this by the pallet, babe. So I don't know what to tell you. You weren't about to finesse me out a little piece.
You funny.
I wouldn't do that to you, Shanti. Don't worry.
I was just thinking.
Would you spin around?
They seem like they could make a really good couple. You and Mr. Kojo. I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
What?
Anyways,
two avoidance. You think two avoidance should be together?
We gonna cancel each other out.
Yeah, somebody gonna have to be the bigger person. You get you get Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I do Tuesdays, Thursdays.
But I thought the goal for those attachment styles was to get to a healthy attachment style. So you're not gonna always be avoidant, right? You're eventually gonna get.
You better preach, Lauren.
Hello,
Lauren dropped the gems.
Add me on the panel.
Now this is the energy.
No, we want you. Come through, Lauren. We'll bring you in.
This is what we need. Now, Lauren, you throwing Ashante in the ring. Why didn't you put yourself in the ring?
I think she should talk to Hussein. I think Hussein like her. He pop up everywhere she at. He pop up with his popcorn every time she in a chat.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Tall, dark, and handsome. He's 6'7". How tall is he?
Season, baby.
Yeah, he's a friend to the channel.
Oh, watch his season? Okay, hold on, Lauren. Hold on. We're going to pause. We're going to add that one to the list, too.
My bad.
He was actually
what season was Hussein?
He was what?
He was Philly. That was Philly.
So we need to watch Houston, DC, and Philly. And we're going to watch Philly first to see what was going on with him.
Hussein was talking out three sides of his mouth. Don't do that.
No, he was cool. Listen, this is why we're gonna go for benediction because we're gonna talk and we're gonna say something that we should be saying. You know what I mean?
Because everybody getting delirious.
Exactly. We don't need to go to the secrets now.
This could be the after chat. That's the best conversation.
We're behind the scenes. We're behind the scenes and talk.
Yeah, that's the best conversation.
Everything. You know,
we could talk unfiltered.
Yeah, I feel like we're talking, man. I don't want us to talk too much. Let me play my little clip.
It is time for the benediction, ladies and gentlemen.
Sean, thank you very much. Give us benedictions to get out.
Well, listen, I want to thank everybody tonight. We had some special guests for those catching the replay. Shout out to Ashante, shout out to Lauren for coming up here and blessing us. Jay, who was on here earlier, we had Seaway. We really had some good conversation after watching the reunion. And folks, let me tell you, some things went down in the D. So we have to continue to dive in because this was just an appetizer. Today was an appetizer, so my benediction will be slightly condensed. I think the lesson learned is don't take an action from somebody else doing it to somebody else and thinking that it won't come to you. What somebody will do to someone else, they will do to you. So please watch how people move. Make sure their intentions are aligned to their actions and their words. So they need to match in order for those intentions to add up. So those are some things to watch out for. And please, please be transparent and be honest if you're ready to love. If you're looking for love, you need to be honest, open, and vulnerable. Back to you, Coach.
Oh,
Sorry
sorry about that. Thank you very much, Sean. Yeah, Sean, listen, that's Sean's he's anointed for that gift there to round things up and summarize. A gifted talent. Thank you very much, panelists. Sean, Lauren, Ashanti, Siwe, I know Jay was here earlier on. Thank you very much. Audience, thank you as well for coming through and just kind of just spending some time with us and just chopping it up about Ready to Love and all that kind of great jazz as well. We will see you guys tomorrow night, I guess, for the official panel. Maybe, maybe Ashanti and Laura will join us. Who knows? Not to be questioned this time, maybe just to come and give their opinion on the episode. But it's been an amazing conversation. I've appreciated the ladies coming through. And audience members, behave yourselves out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm reading my Bible and praying, so you should too. Okay? We appreciate you. Good night.
You gotta go, and I don't care where you go, but it just can't be here.